Welcome to Whispers of History. If you're new here, I'll gently remind you to like and subscribe so we can keep the peaceful journey going. Go ahead and comment your location and what time it is where you are. I'm curious to see who's joining tonight. You probably won't make it through this day, not with the kind of sleep we're about to talk about. Now let's ease into tonight's journey. You find yourself walking through the dimly lit streets of a medieval village. It's a cool evening, just the right kind of breeze that whispers through your hair if you're lucky enough to have hair left after a few centuries of time passing. The smell of wood smoke mingling with the faint scent of wet earth and livestock lingers in the air. Everything feels a little bit softer here, as if time itself had decided to slow down for a while and let you catch your breath. The world you've entered isn't much like the one you left behind, is it? The buildings are squat, heavy, their timber frames groaning with the weight of their own history. Even the cobblestone streets look worn, like they've seen 1,000 steps just like yours. 1,000 tired souls moving through this very same place. You walk, the sound of your boots, or perhaps just the whispers of your thoughts, are the only things keeping you company. And then a curious sight catches your eye. A small building flickering with light from within. It's a modest structure, not much more than a hut, but there's something about it, something ancient in the way the smoke curls up into the evening sky. It's here that we'll pause for a moment, allowing your curiosity to grow. The inhabitants of this time had strange, often peculiar rituals when it came to sleep. Far from the modern luxury of tossing and turning in memory foam mattresses, they had to contend with a very different set of nighttime worries. You've arrived at the doorstep of a medieval sleep ritual. You'll soon learn that in these days the line between sleep and waking was a little and dreams. Well, they were often viewed as more than mere fancy. They were messages, signs, omens, and sometimes just an opportunity for a peaceful rest in a world filled with so much noise. Historians still debate whether sleep in medieval times was truly as sacred as some texts claim, but one thing is certain: it was never as simple as going to bed. The door creaks open as if it's welcoming you. You step inside to find a small room filled with the pungent aroma of herbs hanging from the rafters: rosemary, sage, and lavender. These were the herbs of the night, used by villagers to ward off nightmares or to help them fall into a dreamless slumber. You're immediately struck by the peculiar stillness in the air, and yet it's anything but silent. You hear the quiet murmur of a woman, perhaps in prayer, perhaps reciting words to herself as she prepares for sleep. In this place, sleep is a ritual. It's not just about closing your eyes and letting the day slip away. It's about invoking blessings, saying prayers, and more than anything, surrounding yourself with the right energy. In the middle of the room, a simple wooden table holds a collection of small pots filled with odd powders and strange tinctures. There's an art to this, an art of sleep, crafted carefully and lovingly over generations. You glance down at your hands and notice that they're covered in the faint dust of herbs, and for a brief moment you wonder if you've become part of the ritual. But the thought slips away as quickly as it came. The woman, who you've barely noticed until now, beckons you to sit beside her. She speaks softly, as though the room itself is listening. Sleep, dear traveler, is never just sleep. It's a journey of its own, one that should not be feared but embraced. She hands you a small pouch filled with dried herbs. Keep this under your pillow. It will help you sleep through the night, and if you're lucky, it will bring you dreams of your ancestors. She smiles gently, a knowing look in her eyes. You take the pouch, feeling its weight, so small yet so important. You can almost feel the power of centuries of tradition resting in the palm of your hand. Now, as you settle into the warmth of the room, you begin to wonder about sleep, about dreams. Was it really just rest, or was there more to it? In medieval times, sleep was rarely seen as an escape from reality. It was a doorway into another world, a world where the boundaries between the living and the dead were less defined. And the rituals surrounding it were meant to keep those boundaries intact. As you lay down, you begin to feel the calmness of the room settle over you, the soft buzz of the herbs in the air, the quiet prayers that fill the space. Sleep is coming, but it's not just any sleep. It's the sleep of another time, another world, one where dreams are powerful, and the night is not just the absence of light. You close your eyes, and as the night wraps itself around you, you can't help but wonder, what would you dream about tonight? What secrets might your mind reveal? What long-lost voices will whisper to you in the dark? Don't take a breath, let it out slow. The morning after your first night in this ancient world is nothing like the mornings you're used to. You wake slowly, the weight of sleep lingering on your eyelids like a comfortable, soft fog. You open your eyes, and for a moment you forget where you are, then the herbs from last night remind you. The smell of lavender, the faint burn of rosemary still lingering in the air fills your senses. But it's not just the smell that has stayed with you. There's something else, something more elusive. You remember a dream, or was it a memory? It's so hazy now, like a fog passing over the surface of a lake. Was it real? Was it your ancestors speaking to you? Historians are still debating whether medieval people saw their dreams as a direct connection to the afterlife, or if they simply believed that the soul was more vulnerable at night. Either way, it's clear that sleep held far more meaning than just a necessary pause in a busy day. You rise from the bed, stretching out your limbs. The simple act of standing feels a bit foreign here, as though your body is moving in sync with the world, not against it. It's all so slow. You hear the faint sounds of village life outside, wooden carts creaking as they roll down the cobblestone streets, the distant clattering of a blacksmith's hammer. But the rhythm of the village life is different from your own. It's more deliberate, more cautious. People don't rush here. There's time for everything, time to work, time to pray, and most importantly, time to sleep. You step outside into the cool morning air. The sky is still a shade of violet, not yet fully awakened to the light of day. As you walk, the sounds of the village stir to life around you. The low murmurs of conversation, the clattering of tools, the quiet prayers whispered over the morning fire. Here, sleep is more than just rest. It's a communal practice, woven into the fabric of daily life. You find yourself at the heart of a small square where a few villagers are preparing for the day's work. One of them looks up as you pass by, offering a quick nod. His eyes, tired but not weary, remind you of something. perhaps the same tiredness you feel from a restless night's sleep. And yet, in this place, even that tiredness has a rhythm. You can't help but think of how people today would find such a way of living strange or even foreign. We have more than enough things to occupy our time, yet we still seem to rush through life as if we're afraid to pause for too long. The man looks back down at the ground, tying a bundle of herbs together. You wonder if they're the same herbs you slept with last night. Probably. In medieval times, herbs were a staple in every household, not just for cooking but for everything. From sleep to healing to keeping the evil spirits at bay, herbs were the unsung heroes of daily life. It's here at the heart of the village that you realize something. Sleep in the medieval world wasn't just a personal matter, it was a shared experience. Neighbors, families, even entire villages would come together to protect their dreams. And how did they do this? With prayers, rituals, and a heavy reliance on nature's gifts. Herbs, incense, and chants were used to ensure a good night's sleep, and perhaps just as importantly, to ward off nightmares. For centuries, people believed that the night was full of unseen forces, spirits, demons, or even just the fears of the mind. In this world, sleep was never simple. It was a time to protect yourself, to seek the comfort of the divine, and to ensure that you would awaken ready to face whatever the day might bring. Historians still debate whether the medieval belief in night spirits was rooted in superstition or was, in fact, a genuine reflection of the fears of the time. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that people took sleep very seriously. And when they laid down at night, they weren't just going to sleep. They were entering a world where anything could happen. As you walk back to your resting place, the village continuing its slow, steady pulse around you, you wonder what tomorrow's dreams might hold. What stories the herbs might whisper. What visions will come to you in this place where sleep is sacred and dreams are alive. And so, as the day fully blooms around you, remember that sleep, too, is a part of the journey. A journey that never truly ends. I'll take a deep breath as I let it go. The morning stretches into a quiet afternoon. The air is filled with the sound of distant chatter, people speaking softly, their words blending with the natural hum of life in the village. It's the kind of peaceful, gentle environment that almost seems to wrap itself around you like a soft blanket. In this space, time feels stretched, like you could be in this moment forever without any real rush. And yet, as you move through the streets, you can't shake the sense that time here moves at a different pace. People don't just go about their daily lives, they experience them. Every meal, every prayer, every moment of rest is treated with the reverence it deserves. This is the medieval way of life. Measured, deliberate, and always mindful of the unseen forces that weave through the air. It's almost as if the act of living itself is a ritual, a slow, intricate dance that draws upon the energies of nature, faith, and tradition. You pass by an open door and peer inside, catching sight of a woman carefully preparing a sleep concoction in a small mortar and pestle. She doesn't notice you at first, but you see her hands moving with practiced ease, grinding dried herbs with rhythmic precision. She adds a pinch of something white, perhaps salt, perhaps powdered rose petals, and then dips her fingers into a small jar of honey. For the sweetest of dreams, she murmurs to herself, her voice barely above a whisper. You don't need to ask what she's doing. It's clear this is the kind of ritual that has been passed down through countless generations. People in this time took their sleep seriously, for it was more than just a break from the day. Sleep was sacred. It was a time for the soul to rest and renew itself. Herbs, you begin to realize, are the key players in this ritual. In medieval times, plants were not just used for cooking or medicinal purposes. They were revered for their ability to influence the mind, body, and spirit. Rosemary, lavender, sage, and thyme were all carefully chosen for their ability to ward off evil spirits and promote restful sleep. Is in fact the very act of creating a sleep potion, like the one the woman is making, was believed to strengthen the connection between the physical world and the realm of dreams. And historians still debate whether the use of herbs in sleep rituals was purely psychological, or if there was something more to it. A belief in the true magical properties of nature. But whatever the reason, it's clear that these simple plants carried significant weight in the medieval world. You can't help but wonder what kind of dreams the woman might experience tonight. What memories, what visions, what hidden messages her mind will uncover as she drifts off to sleep. As you continue walking, you think back to the previous night. The pouch of herbs you were given seems to have left its mark on you in ways you didn't quite expect. There was something soothing about the scent of lavender that lingered in your nostrils as you closed your eyes. You remember how the weight of the herbs under your pillow felt like a quiet promise that you would be taken care of, that the night would be gentle and safe. As in the medieval world, dreams weren't mere fancy. They were considered windows into the supernatural. And the way you prepared for sleep was just as important as the way you woke up. There was a great deal of belief that how you entered the world of dreams could influence what you brought back with you in the morning. Now, as you walk through the marketplace, you overhear snippets of conversation, whispers about an old custom that's still practiced by a few of the elders in the village. Before sleep, they would kneel by their bedside and recite an ancient prayer. The words were old, older than the village itself, perhaps older than time. The prayer was a kind of protective incantation meant to shield the dreamer from nightmares and unwanted spirits. You ask one of the villagers what the prayer says, and she smiles cryptically. "Oh, it's not the words, dear," she says. "It's the belief behind them. That's what keeps you safe in the night." It's a simple truth, really. The act of prayer, the act of believing in something beyond yourself, was as much a part of the sleep ritual as anything else. And in the medieval world, sleep wasn't just something you did to recover from a busy day. It was an experience, a place where the living and the dead could meet, where dreams were not just fleeting images but significant messages from beyond. You feel a gentle breeze brushing against your cheek, the cool wind carrying the scent of the herbs and the soft murmur of voices. You take a moment to reflect on how much sleep has changed. In your world, it's something we take for granted, a natural part of the day. But here in this time, sleep is a sacred act, a journey that is filled with meaning, with purpose. It's not just a pause in the endless cycle of waking life, it's a transition from one world to another. And as you sit quietly on a nearby bench, the fading light of day casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets, you wonder if there's something to be learned from this ancient practice. In a world that never seems to stop, could we benefit from slowing down, from taking our time with sleep and its rituals? Could we, too, find a way to reconnect with our dreams in a more meaningful way? Historians still argue whether the medieval reliance on sleep rituals was rooted in deep superstition or genuine spiritual connection. But the truth may lie somewhere in between. The village's daily rhythm continues around you, but it's almost as though time has slowed down just for you. You hear the gentle clink of pots, the soft shuffle of footsteps on the cobblestone, the distant sound of a bell tolling in the tower. There's a sense of peace here, a sense of belonging, as though everything, including the very act of sleep, is part of a larger, more cohesive whole. You stand up and make your way back to the small hut where you stayed the night. As the door creaks open, you notice a familiar scent in the air, a faint hint of rosemary. You remember the pouch under your pillow and smile to yourself. Perhaps tonight, your dreams will be just as sacred as the ones that have come before you. As the evening wears on, the sky deepening into twilight. Soon, the time for sleep will come again, and you'll slip into that other world, carrying with you the protection of prayers and herbs. And as you settle in for the night, you can't help but wonder, what kind of dream awaits you now? Perhaps it will be an ancient memory, perhaps a vision of things to come. Perhaps it will be something else entirely. A message from beyond the veil of sleep, waiting to reveal itself. Take a deep breath and let it out slow. Sleep is waiting for you. As the evening falls deeper into night, the village around you becomes quieter, more introspective. The air now carries a crisp chill, the kind that speaks of autumn even though it's only spring. The sky above is dotted with countless stars, their soft twinkle reflecting the quiet hum of the world below. You pause for a moment, feeling the weight of history in the cool air, the sensation that the past is not so far behind you after all. The village is settling into its nighttime routine. People are heading back to their homes, their conversations now murmuring with the last vestiges of daylight. And yet, for the first time since your arrival, you begin to realize that the day, although quiet, wasn't really about the work or the routines. It was about the preparations for what comes next. Sleep. That's what this village, this world, seems to revolve around in its own way. Not in a frantic, hurried sort of way, but with a reverence that only comes with the understanding that sleep is not merely rest, but a passage. A space where the soul journeys far from the physical world and where protection and rituals can serve as guides to that unknown realm. You wander back to the little hut where the woman prepared the herbal sleep tonic, feeling your body relax with each step you take. As you approach, you notice the small flicker of candlelight spilling from the window, casting dancing shadows across the street. The scent of the herbs still lingering in your mind seems to be following you, like a shadow of the ritual from before. You find yourself curious again, wondering about the deeper significance of what you've experienced. Why, after all, is sleep so integral to life here? What is it that people believe they are protecting themselves from when they take the time to go to bed, to say their prayers, to prepare with herbs and potions? You recall something from earlier, something that the villagers murmured about in passing, whispers about dreams, but more than just ordinary dreams. They spoke of visions that guided people in their lives. Some dreams were thought to foretell the future. Others were said to connect the dreamer with their ancestors, offering them guidance or warnings. As you sit down at a nearby bench, you take a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settle on your shoulders. The night feels heavy in a way that is different from what you know. There's an energy here, not just in the air but in the earth itself, in the very stones beneath your feet. The more you think about it, the more you realize that in the medieval world, sleep wasn't just a personal act, it was a communal experience. When one person slept, the whole village was part of it. Perhaps that's why it was so deeply embedded in the fabric of daily life. It wasn't simply something to do at the end of a long day. It was a necessary act that required protection, reverence, and collective responsibility. Historians still debate whether medieval communities truly viewed sleep as a communal act, or if it was merely seen as a personal ritual that coincidentally shared the same timing. The deeper you dig into the history of sleep rituals, the more layers you uncover. It's clear that this wasn't just about falling asleep, it was about how you fell asleep. What you carried with you when you entered that realm. The prayers you recited before slipping under the covers weren't just protective. They were affirmations, declarations that you were ready to face whatever came your way in the darkness. This kind of sleep was sacred. It was purposeful. The villagers would sleep, but they would do so fully aware of what lay ahead. The ritual wasn't about avoiding sleep, but about embracing it. It was about taking the time to mentally and spiritually prepare for the night in a way that's so often lost in today's world. As the first stars begin to shimmer more brightly, you feel the weight of sleep beginning to call to you as well. But it's different this time. You understand now that sleep is not just something to do. It's a destination. The woman you met earlier, the one who handed you the pouch of herbs, appears at the doorway again, this time with a soft smile on her face. Her eyes are kind, but there's a knowing look in them that makes you feel like she understands what you're experiencing. Sleep, dear traveler, she says, is not something to fear. It is merely a step in your journey. A brief pause before you continue your walk. Just make sure your path is lit by the right light. And if you should find yourself lost in the dark, remember these herbs, these prayers, they'll guide you back. She hands you a small cup filled with a warm, amber liquid. You take it from her, bringing it to your lips. The flavor is unexpected, sweet, but with an herbal bite that's both comforting and foreign. It's exactly the kind of drink you'd expect to have after a long day, but there's something else to it. A layer of protection, perhaps, or a promise that tonight's sleep will be different from any other you've had before. Historians still argue whether the medieval use of herbal potions like this one was based purely on the physiological effects of the plants, or if there was something more at work. Perhaps a deep-rooted belief that the very act of preparing for sleep could open doors to other realms. As you sip the liquid, the woman steps back, giving you space to reflect. You watch as she gathers the empty vessels around her, preparing them for the next night's ritual. The simple act of cleaning and organizing the tools of the trade, so to speak, makes you realize just how embedded these practices were in daily life. This wasn't some one-time event, it was a constant, an ongoing connection to the unseen world. You stand, feeling the warmth of the drink settle in your stomach. The cold night air feels slightly sharper now, the contrast with the warmth of the hut almost invigorating. You've learned more about sleep here than you thought you would. It's not just rest. It's a crossing, a threshold between worlds, and the rituals surrounding it are there to guide you through. And as you make your way back to your resting place, the village settling into its own rhythm for the night, you wonder again, what will tomorrow's dreams bring? What journeys will they take you on? What secrets will be uncovered, hidden beneath the weight of sleep? So sleep, after all, is never just sleep. It's a portal to everything that lies beyond. And so, as the night deepens and the winds grow colder, you feel your body relax, your mind quieting. Sleep is coming, just as it always does, with promises of rest and mystery. Let it come, and as it does, let yourself drift into it. Now take a slow, deep breath. As the night deepens, wrapping the village in a blanket of quiet, the stars above continue to glitter, their ancient light traveling across time to meet your eyes. You find yourself once again in that place between wakefulness and sleep, the line between the two so faint it almost doesn't exist. The small village around you has fallen into a peaceful lull, and even the flickering candlelight from the hut seems to be softly fading. There's no rush now, no hurry. The world has slowed, and for a moment you feel like you can breathe again. As you sit reflecting on the rituals you've witnessed and the prayers you've heard, something becomes clearer to you. You've come to realize that sleep in this world is not just a pause in time. It's a moment of connection, a bridge between the physical realm and the metaphysical. In medieval times, sleep was viewed as a sacred space, a time when the living could connect with the dead and where the spirit was given the freedom to wander through unseen realms. The herbs, the prayers, the sacred space they created, all of it was part of a deeper understanding of life and death. The villagers believed that dreams were a form of communication. Whether with ancestors, spirits, or the divine, dreams were seen as powerful messages. That was why sleep rituals were so important. They were a way to ensure that the messages you received were not distorted by nightmares or interference from negative energies. A good night's sleep was not only restful but protective, guiding the dreamer through the liminal space between life and death. As you continue your walk, the night is beginning to settle into a quiet rhythm. The air feels different now, charged with something intangible, as though you've crossed into a deeper state of awareness. Perhaps it's the knowledge that sleep in this time was far more than simply rest. It was a gateway, a transition, a spiritual journey. You come across an old stone fountain, the sound of the water trickling softly into the basin below. It's a serene place inviting you to pause to reflect. You sit beside it, the cool stone beneath you grounding you. As you listen to the steady sound of water, you begin to think about the more obscure elements of medieval sleep rituals, things that most people would never have noticed, things that might seem trivial at the time. For instance, did you know that many medieval people believed that the direction in which they slept was crucial to the quality of their dreams? If you were to sleep with your head pointing to the north, it was said to bring bad dreams, while sleeping with your head to the east would invite peaceful, prophetic dreams. This belief stemmed from the notion that the earth itself held energetic forces, and that the way you oriented yourself during sleep could either align or disrupt these energies. Historians still debate the origins of these beliefs. Some think it was tied to ancient mysticism, while others believe it was simply the result of superstitions that grew over centuries. Regardless, the impact on medieval sleep practices is undeniable. You think about these beliefs as you gaze into the water, the ripples distorting the reflection of the moon above. There's something hauntingly beautiful about it, the way the world around you seems to mirror the stillness within. It's almost as if the universe itself is quietly reminding you of your own role in this great, endless cycle of sleep and wakefulness. As the wind picks up a soft breeze that stirs the leaves around you, you pull your cloak around you not out of necessity but simply out of habit. The warmth of the fire you left behind in the hut is still with you, a lingering sense of comfort that makes the cool air seem less harsh. For a moment, you close your eyes just to rest for a moment. But in that moment, your mind drifts again back to the rituals you've witnessed. You think back to the older villagers, the ones who spoke in soft, cryptic tones about the importance of sleep. They often mentioned that the act of falling asleep wasn't as simple as it seems. It was not just about shutting your eyes. It was about entering into a state where the mind could freely wander into the realms of the unknown. The ancient belief that the dream world was a sacred place is woven deeply into this community's fabric, and you now understand that the rituals they follow are not merely for rest, but for protection. It was believed that the body, when asleep, was vulnerable to otherworldly forces. These rituals, then, were a way to ward off any negative spirits that might enter during the night. You find yourself wondering, what would your ancestors have done had they lived in this world? Would they too have believed that sleep was something sacred, that it was something to be guarded, something to be respected? And what would they have thought of the way you sleep today, perhaps quickly, carelessly, with little thought given to the rituals of preparation? The thought lingers in your mind, but you let it slip away for now, knowing that sleep will come in its own time. As the fountain's water continues to flow, you reflect on another aspect of the medieval world that's been on your mind, the dreams themselves. Most people believed that dreams were far more than random occurrences. They were tools given to the dreamer to help them navigate their waking lives. To the medieval mind, a dream was a message. If you dreamt of something significant like a house, a journey, or a death, it was often seen as a foreshadowing of what was to come. Though the dream was considered a guide, and it was the dreamer's job to interpret its meaning. The interpretation of dreams was a highly respected skill. Some people in the village were considered dream interpreters. individuals who had the knowledge and experience to decode the often cryptic messages that came through in sleep. They would use various methods, astrology, numerology, and even the shape of the clouds, to make sense of the dreams and offer advice on how to act in waking life. As you reflect on all this, you realize that the rituals around sleep and dreams in medieval times were far more than just superstitions. They were grounded in a deep understanding of the human experience, a recognition that sleep was not just a pause in life, but a continuation of the journey. It was a time when the boundaries between the physical world and the spiritual world were blurred. The village's rituals were a way of acknowledging that there is more to life than what we see in the daylight hours. And historians still argue about the nature of dreams in the medieval world. Were they truly prophetic, or were they simply an outlet for the subconscious? Regardless of the debate, what is clear is that dreams were deeply valued. They were seen as part of the soul's journey, a way to connect with the unseen. And the way the medieval world prepared for sleep through prayers, herbs, and rituals was a reflection of this belief. Sleep was not merely a physical act, it was a sacred experience, one that required preparation, reverence, and care. As the village around you continues its quiet rhythm, you realize that the practice of sleep, much like everything else in this world, is a journey. You've been invited into that journey, and though it may seem strange, perhaps even unnecessary, you understand now that it's part of something greater. You are part of a cycle that stretches back through time and forward into the future. You take a deep breath, and with it, you feel your mind begin to quiet. The day has ended and sleep is near. In this moment, you feel a deep connection to the world around you, a connection to the past, to the dreams that were once held sacred, to the rituals that are now long forgotten. And with that, you close your eyes, ready to step into that other world where anything is possible. The air is colder now and the night feels deeper, as though time has stretched itself out like a vast, endless river. Your eyelids grow heavy, but the sleep you seek is not the same kind of rest you're accustomed to. The village, with its whispers of ancient customs, has a rhythm that feels different. You begin to notice the small details. The way the wind moves through the branches of the trees, how the stars twinkle just a little bit brighter, as if they are beckoning you toward something, toward somewhere. There's an unease that lingers in the air, but it's not one of fear. It's the kind of unease that comes from knowing that you are about to embark on something unknown, something that will lead you deeper into the folds of history. And though the rituals of the past were meant to protect, they also served as a gentle reminder that sleep, and the dreams it brings, are not to be taken lightly. You stand in the middle of the village square, looking up at the ancient church that looms above the rest of the buildings, its bell tower reaching into the night sky. The bell tolls softly, calling the villagers to their evening prayers. It's a soft, almost melodic sound that reverberates through your chest, as though the rhythm of the bell is pulsing in time with your heartbeat. The church is a place of sanctuary, not only for the soul but for the rituals of sleep. It's here, in the dim candlelight, that many villagers come to recite their prayers before retiring for the night. The church, though humble in size, is more than just a building. It is a symbol, a place where the physical and spiritual realms meet. Here, the sacred and the ordinary intersect. The rituals performed within these walls are not only acts of worship but of protection. Protection from the unknown, from nightmares, from the spirits that are said to wander the night. You recall something that the villagers had mentioned to you earlier. That sleep was not just an individual act but a communal one. It was never simply about an individual's need for rest. No, it was about the collective energy of the entire village, about coming together to ensure that everyone, man, woman, and child, could sleep peacefully through the night. The rituals were shared. The prayers were spoken aloud so that all could hear and participate. This was not an isolated, solitary act of retreat. It was a collective step toward the unknown, toward a world that was only accessible through sleep. The woman you met earlier who had handed you the pouch of herbs had spoken of this very thing. When one sleeps, we all sleep, she had said. And when one dreams, those dreams belong to the village. You feel a sense of awe wash over you, realizing just how deeply embedded these practices are in the lives of the people here. In a world where so much is uncertain, sleep becomes not only a personal journey but a shared experience, a way to ensure that the community stays connected, even as they each journey separately through their dreams. As historians still debate whether medieval sleep rituals were more deeply rooted in religion or were simply a means of psychological comfort. Perhaps it was a bit of both, faith mixed with the natural need for security in an unpredictable world. Whatever the case, the effect was the same. People slept better when they were not alone in their rest, when their community joined them in the act of preparing for sleep, of praying together, of sharing in the sacredness of the night. As you stand in the square, the evening air thick with the scent of wood smoke and incense, you begin to understand that sleep in the medieval world was not just a necessity. It was a spiritual act, a journey, and a communal ritual that tied people together in ways that were almost unimaginable in today's fast-paced, disconnected world. The bell tolls again, this time with more urgency, and you feel yourself drawn toward the church. You can almost feel the warmth emanating from within, the faint light of flickering candles spilling out from the door. Inside, you find the villagers gathered, kneeling, their hands clasped in prayer. There's a soft murmur of voices, a gentle rhythm that carries with it a sense of calm and reverence. You can't help but feel the pull of the moment, the quiet strength of the shared ritual. You find a place among them, kneeling with your eyes closed. The room is filled with the scent of burning incense and the sound of soft prayers. It's an intimate gathering, one where each person's presence is felt and each voice, however quiet, adds to the collective energy. As you listen to the words of the prayer, you realize that it's not just a plea for peaceful sleep. It's a request for protection, for guidance, for peace in the uncertain darkness of the night. Guard us in our sleep, protect our dreams, the prayer echoes in the stillness. May our minds be free of fear, our souls at rest, and may we wake in the morning ready to face the day. You repeat the words under your breath, feeling them settle into your chest. There's a sense of calm that washes over you, a feeling of being held within the collective embrace of the village. For a brief moment, the world outside fades away. You are not alone. You are part of something larger, something that has existed for centuries. The connection between the past and the present feels real, tangible, like the very air you breathe. As after the prayer, the villagers rise slowly, one by one. The ritual is complete for now, but it's not the end. Sleep still awaits, but there is a new sense of reverence about it. You understand now that the villagers don't just go to bed to rest. They go to bed to continue a sacred journey, one that has been passed down through generations. You step back outside, feeling the cool night air rush against your skin. The sky above is a vast tapestry of stars stretching endlessly. You feel small in comparison, but not insignificant. You are part of this, part of the journey. The village, the rituals, the prayers, these things all bind you together with the past and the future. As you walk back to your resting place, you take a deep breath, savoring the coolness of the night, the quiet calm that has settled over everything. You know that sleep is coming, and with it, new dreams, new visions, new mysteries. And perhaps, as the world around you grows still, you will find your own way to connect with the dreams that have been passed down through the centuries. Take a slow, deliberate breath. The journey is only beginning. The night is now deep, an almost velvet-like darkness that blankets everything with a hushed serenity. As you walk back through the village, your senses are heightened, more attuned to the subtle sounds around you, the distant rustle of leaves in the wind, the soft murmur of a dog barking in the distance, the quiet creak of wooden beams settling under the weight of time. Everything feels still, and yet there is an undercurrent of something far older, far deeper, that pulses beneath the surface. You begin to notice how the shadows stretch in strange ways. The moonlight, though faint, casts long, delicate beams across the cobblestones, and the village looks almost like a memory itself, soft and indistinct, as though it might dissolve the moment you blink. The air feels alive, alive with the weight of centuries of sleep rituals, centuries of people drifting into the unknown together. It's the kind of stillness that makes everything else seem insignificant by comparison. Though the world is silent, and in that silence you can hear the hum of history. Your feet carry you toward the outskirts of the village, where a gentle rise in the land offers a sweeping view of the darkened landscape. The fields are shrouded in darkness, but you can make out the faint outlines of trees, their branches reaching toward the sky like silent sentinels. You pause at the crest of the hill, looking out over the village, feeling the immense weight of the night pressing in from all sides. The world feels small, almost intimate, as if the village and the surrounding lands are all part of one vast, intricate tapestry, woven together by the hands of time itself. For a moment, you simply stand there, breathing in the cool, crisp air, letting the stillness wash over you. There's no need to rush. Time seems irrelevant in this space. Here in the quiet of the night, sleep feels more profound, more sacred than it ever has before. It's not merely a time to rest, but a time to be present, to accept that the world is as it is, slow, deliberate, and waiting for you to enter it. Historians often debate whether medieval people viewed sleep as an escape or as a spiritual experience. But one thing is certain, sleep was an integral part of life, a necessary transition, a moment of connection to something greater than the self. You sit down on the soft grass at the top of the hill, feeling the cool blades brushing against your legs. It's quiet here, almost too quiet, save for the occasional rustle of the wind. And as you sit in the darkness, something shifts in the air around you, a subtle change, almost imperceptible. It's as though the very fabric of the world is holding its breath, waiting for something. And then you realize what it is. It's sleep. It's coming, drawing near with the weight of all the prayers, rituals, and dreams that have been whispered into the night. It's not just the act of lying down, but the invitation to step into something beyond. In this world, sleep is not a retreat from life. It is the next step in the journey. A step that takes you deeper into the world of dreams, deeper into the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of wakefulness. You remember the herbs, the prayers, the rituals. All of these things are more than mere customs. They are ways of ensuring that when you cross into the world of dreams, you are prepared. You are not simply passive in your sleep. You are active, engaged in the spiritual and psychological work of the night. The villagers understand this. To them, the process of sleep is something shared. It's not just about individual comfort, it's about the safety of the collective. That's why every person in the village participates in the nightly rituals, why they recite their prayers, why they hang their herbs by the door and under their pillows. It's a collective step into the unknown, a shared journey through the realms of sleep and dreams. You close your eyes for a moment, sitting on the hill, feeling the cool night breeze on your face. The sounds of the village are a distant memory now. The wind is the only sound left, a soft, steady murmur that seems to pulse with the rhythm of the earth itself. For a moment, you are perfectly still, feeling connected to the world around you in a way that you never have before. You can almost feel the heartbeat of the earth beneath you, in sync with your own. And then something happens. A sound, faint, almost like a whisper, reaches your ears. It's not a sound from the village, but from somewhere deeper, from somewhere hidden beneath the layers of time. You can't make out the words, but the voice seems familiar, as though it belongs to someone you've known long ago. The voice is soft, soothing, yet distant, as if it's coming from a place just beyond the reach of the waking world. You open your eyes, startled by the sound. But the village around you remains still, quiet, untouched. The stars continue to shine above, unchanged by the momentary disruption. You feel a strange sense of calm wash over you, and you realize that the voice, though elusive, is guiding you, perhaps guiding you into the realm of sleep itself. Now, historians still debate whether the ancient belief in dreams as messages from ancestors was rooted in superstition or genuine spiritual connection. But in this world, in this moment, you don't question the possibility. You accept it because it feels true. The voice is now a faint echo in the back of your mind, and you feel yourself becoming drowsy. Sleep is coming, but it's not the kind of sleep you're used to. It's the kind that carries you deeper into the unknown, deeper into the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. You can feel it wrapping itself around you like a soft blanket, pulling you toward the world of dreams. You stand up slowly, your body heavy with sleep, and make your way back down the hill toward the village. The air feels different now, charged with the promise of rest, and you can't help but wonder what awaits you in the world of dreams. What secrets will be uncovered? What messages will you receive? The night holds endless possibilities, and you are about to step into it once more. As you approach your resting place, you feel the weight of sleep settle on your shoulders, but it's not burdensome. It's comforting, like the embrace of an old friend who has come to guide you into the darkness. You lie down, the cool sheets against your skin, and close your eyes. And as you drift off, you realize something. Sleep is not just a physical necessity. It is a journey that connects the living with the dead, the known with the unknown, the waking world with the world of dreams. And in this world, where every ritual is carefully crafted and every prayer is spoken with intention, sleep becomes a sacred act, a profound experience that takes you deeper than you could ever imagine. So take a deep breath. Let it out slow. And as the world around you fades into darkness, you slip away into the night. In the depths of sleep, the dream world continues to swirl around you like an ever-shifting tapestry. The space between reality and illusion grows thinner with each passing moment, until it feels as though you are no longer part of one world but of two. You exist in both, aware of the quiet stillness of the village that is now far behind you, and the ethereal, unfathomable expanse of dreams that stretches out before you. You don't know how long you've been here. Time has no meaning in the realm of sleep. You could have been asleep for moments or for hours, but it feels as though you've wandered here for a lifetime, each step drawing you further into the fabric of this dreamscape. The air here is thick, heavy with meaning, as though the very atmosphere is laden with secrets just waiting to be uncovered. As you move, the dream landscape changes again, this time more slowly, more deliberately. The shifting clouds above you begin to solidify, taking on new forms, twisting into shapes that resemble faces, trees, and animals, their features soft and blurred like memories you can't quite grasp. You can't help but wonder if these shapes are trying to tell you something. Are they messages from the past, the future, or something deeper, something beyond the understanding of the waking mind? You step forward, feeling the soft earth beneath your feet, though it is unlike any earth you've ever felt before. It's warm, almost inviting, and with every step it seems to pulse with a quiet energy as though the ground itself is alive. The landscape around you continues to shift, pulling you deeper into this world, urging you to follow. As you walk, you begin to notice something strange. The world of dreams is not only a place of endless possibility, it is a place of paradoxes. Here, the laws of nature no longer seem to apply. The trees around you twist and stretch in impossible shapes, their branches reaching toward the sky as though they are trying to escape the gravity that keeps them grounded. The sky above shifts from deep blue to glowing gold, casting a warm, golden light over everything. It's as if the dream world itself is breathing, shifting in response to your thoughts, your emotions. And then there's a voice again, a soft, distant whisper that seems to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. It's the same voice you heard before, the one that guided you in the darkness. But now it's clearer, more defined, like a memory that's finally coming into focus. The voice speaks again, though it does not come from a physical source. It resonates within you, filling your mind, your soul. And this is the space where all things are connected, the voice says, where the past, the present, and the future meet. In this place, all of your dreams are not just yours, they belong to the collective. The dreams of the village, of your ancestors, of all those who have ever walked this path, they all converge here in the space between worlds. You pause, allowing the weight of the voice's words to sink in. Dreams, you now realize, are not solitary experiences. They are a reflection of something much larger, a collective energy that transcends the individual. The villagers, with their prayers and rituals, understood this, understood that sleep was not just a personal journey but a shared one. And now, as you walk through this dream world, you feel that truth on a visceral level. The dreams you have are not only your own, they are a continuation of something ancient, something eternal. Historians still debate whether medieval sleep rituals were a reflection of deep cultural understanding or if they were simply superstitions that provided comfort in a harsh world. But in this space, none of that matters. Here, sleep and dreams are something sacred, something far beyond the limitations of human understanding. The dream world begins to take on more structure, and you notice that you are no longer alone. Figures appear as if from the very fabric of the dream itself. At first, they are distant shadows, humanoid shapes moving slowly in the distance. But as you walk closer, they take on more definition, more detail. These are not ordinary figures. These are ancient beings, their forms shifting with the landscape itself. Some of them are cloaked in flowing robes that seem to merge with the air, while others have faces that are almost completely obscured by shadows. But each one radiates an aura of wisdom, of experience. You can feel their presence in the dream as though they have lived here for centuries, perhaps longer. One of them steps forward, its form materializing from the mist. It is tall, with sharp features and eyes that glisten like stars in the night. There is something familiar about it, though you cannot place why. The figure looks at you, its gaze penetrating, as though it is seeing something in you that you cannot yet comprehend. You have crossed into a place that few can reach, the figure says, its voice deep and resonant. Here in the space between worlds, dreams are not just fleeting thoughts. They are threads that connect the past to the present, the living to the dead, the known to the unknown. Every dream you've ever had, every prayer you've ever spoken has led you here. You are part of a greater story, a story that stretches back through time to a place where dreams were once revered. You feel a shiver run through you as the figure speaks, its words wrapping around you like a thick, comforting blanket. There is a deep sense of truth in them, a truth that you feel resonating with every fiber of your being. This is not just a dream. This is a journey through the realms of the unknown, where the very nature of existence is revealed in fragments and whispers. The figure continues, its voice almost soft now, as though it's speaking directly to your soul. Sleep is not an escape. It is an awakening to the truth of who you are and who you have always been. And when you awaken in the morning, you will carry this truth with you, though you may not fully understand it. But here, in the dream world, you will know it. And that knowledge will guide you. The figure raises a hand, and in that moment, the landscape around you changes once more. The mist clears, revealing a vast, shimmering lake. The water is still, reflecting the stars above, as though the heavens themselves have descended to rest upon the earth. You walk toward the lake, feeling drawn to it, as though it holds the answers to questions you've never even thought to ask. As you stand at the water's edge, you look into the depths, and for the first time you see yourself reflected, not just in the physical sense, but in a deeper, more profound way. This reflection is not just your body, but your soul, your essence. And as you gaze into the water, you realize that the reflection is not fixed. It shifts, constantly changing, constantly evolving. You are not just a dreamer, you realize. You are part of the dream itself. And just as the dream shifts and changes, so too do you. You are both the creator and the creation, the one who dreams and the one who is dreamed. Historians still debate whether medieval people believed that dreams had the power to shape the future, or if they simply viewed them as reflections of the subconscious. But in this dream world, none of that matters. What matters is the realization that you are part of something greater, something eternal, something beyond the limits of the waking world. You take one last look at your reflection in the lake, and then with a deep breath you close your eyes. You feel the pull of sleep, gentle yet firm, drawing you deeper into the dream world. The figure's words echo in your mind, and you understand now. Sleep is not just an act. It is a passage, a journey through the realms of the unknown. And as you cross through it, you carry with you the wisdom of all who have dreamed before you. As you close your eyes, the dream world wraps around you like a soft, enveloping cloak. The stillness of the lake fades, but its tranquility lingers in the back of your mind. There is a sense of movement, of travel, but it is not like anything you've experienced before. It is not the movement of the body through space. It is the movement of the soul through time, through layers of history and memory. You feel yourself drifting, not away from the world, but deeper into it. As the landscape around you shifts again, imperceptibly at first, then more deliberately. The ground beneath your feet changes texture, becoming softer, almost like a thick carpet. You begin to hear distant sounds, voices, music, laughter, but they are faint and unclear, as if they are coming from a time long past, a place that no longer exists in the waking world. The dream is becoming more vivid now, more layered, and the boundaries between what you know and what you don't know are blurring once again. Ahead of you, you see a figure emerging from the mist. It is an old man, his features lined with age and wisdom. He walks slowly, his steps measured, and he carries with him an air of quiet authority. His eyes, though weary, seem to see everything that has come before and everything that is yet to come. You can feel his presence before you even see him clearly, a force of calm that draws you toward him. He stops before you, his gaze steady, and for a moment neither of you speaks. It is as if the silence between you is meant to convey 1,000 unspoken truths. Then, in a voice that feels both ancient and familiar, he speaks. You have journeyed far, traveler, and now you stand at the crossroads of sleep and waking. The question is not whether you will wake, but what you will bring back with you. The words echo in your mind, their meaning lingering like the aftertaste of something sweet, something fleeting. You stand there unsure of what to say, but the old man seems to know. He nods slowly, as if understanding the uncertainty that pulses through you. In the waking world, sleep is often seen as a mere necessity. But here, in the world of dreams, sleep is the key to understanding the soul. Every dream, every vision holds a fragment of truth. The question is whether you are ready to understand it. You take a deep breath, the weight of the moment settling over you like a heavy fog. There is so much to this world, so much you cannot yet comprehend. But in the presence of this old man, something within you shifts. It is as if the layers of your own existence are being peeled back, one by one, revealing the deeper truths that have been hidden beneath the surface. Sleep is not merely a retreat, the old man continues. It is a journey through the self, through the past, and into the future. Every dream you have is a step toward understanding the deepest parts of who you are and who you have always been. You are more than the body you wear. You are the sum of your dreams, your ancestors, your memories. His words reverberate through you, sinking deep into your soul. You understand now sleep is not just a pause in the march of life. It is an integral part of the human experience. It is a place where you can connect with the essence of your being, a place where the veil between the conscious and unconscious is thin, where all things are possible. And just as the medieval villagers believed that dreams were messages from the gods, you now realize that dreams are more than mere symbols. Though they are the map to your true self, the guide to understanding who you are beneath the surface. The old man steps back, gesturing for you to follow. Without speaking, you begin walking alongside him, the ground beneath your feet shifting once again. The mist swirls around you and the world seems to stretch and contract like a breathing entity. You feel as though you are moving through the very fabric of time itself, passing through moments that have already happened and others that are yet to come. Dreams, the old man says softly, are the threads that bind time together. When you dream, you tap into something older than the world you know. You touch the edges of eternity. You pause, reflecting on his words, touch the edges of eternity. The idea feels both beautiful and unsettling. The thought that each dream you've ever had, each fleeting image, each moment of strange understanding is a connection to something far greater than yourself is a powerful one. And yet it is also humbling. It is as if the very act of dreaming is a form of participation in a cosmic dance, one that transcends time, space, and the limitations of the physical world. You continue walking with the old man, the path before you winding in strange, unpredictable ways. The landscape is ever shifting, now filled with trees that seem to grow upward into the sky, their trunks thick and gnarled, their branches reaching out like skeletal hands. You pass through fields of flowers that glow with an eerie light, their petals shimmering in the darkness. The world is alive with color, but it is the kind of color that only exists in dreams. Vibrant and surreal, each hue more vivid than anything you've ever seen in waking life. As at some point you find yourself standing before a vast door, so large that it seems to stretch beyond the horizon. It is made of old, weathered wood, but the carvings on it are intricate and detailed, telling a story you cannot yet understand. The old man stops before it and turns to face you. This is the door, he says, the door between worlds, the door between the dreamer and the world of the waking. And it is through this door that you will find your way back. But remember this, the dreams you carry with you will not fade. They are not simply stories, they are parts of your soul. And when you return, you will carry them with you, shaping who you are and who you will become. You stand before the door, feeling its immense weight. It's a threshold, a passage, but it's more than that. It is the culmination of all the dreams, all the journeys, all the mysteries you've uncovered along the way. The old man nods once as if to signal that it is time to return. With a deep breath, you step toward the door. As you reach for the handle, you feel a sense of peace settle over you. You have learned something here in the realm of sleep, something about the nature of dreams, the nature of time, the nature of who you are. And now, you are ready to carry that knowledge back into the waking world. Go now, the old man says, his voice fading into the mist. The dream is never truly over. It will follow you wherever you go. With that, you turn the handle and step through the door. As you step through the door, the world around you begins to shift once again. The dreamscape dissolves behind you, fading into a mist that carries with it the echoes of the old man's words. The dream is never truly over. You feel the transition, the gradual pull back toward the waking world. The air grows thicker, the colors less vibrant, more muted. The ground beneath your feet solidifies, becoming the familiar earth once more, but it's as though you're walking through a veil, straddling both worlds for a moment longer. The stillness of the dream world lingers at the edge of your awareness, whispering of truths just beyond your grasp, secrets that will remain hidden until the next time you sleep. But for now, you are back in the world of the living, back where you first began. The door behind you slowly fades into the distance, its intricate carvings dissolving into the air like mist. The familiar landscape of the village you once left behind slowly comes back into focus. The smell of herbs, the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of villagers preparing for sleep, all of it is here once more, as though it never left. But something has changed. You feel different. The world feels both more vibrant and more distant, as though you've returned with new eyes. You can still feel the presence of the dream world lingering around you, like a soft layer of energy that rests just below the surface of your waking mind. It's as though the dream has left an imprint on you, a memory that will remain forever, even if the details fade with time. You walk through the village, the rhythm of life carrying on around you. The villagers are going about their evening routines, gathering around fires, preparing for sleep. But as you observe them, you begin to see them not just as individuals, but as part of a larger, interconnected whole. They are not just people, they are dreamers too, each one carrying with them their own dreams, their own stories, their own journeys. And in a way, you realize they are all connected by something much deeper than you ever understood before. The space between sleep and wakefulness is not just a personal experience. It is a collective one shared by all. You notice the woman from earlier, the one who had given you the pouch of herbs, sitting by her small fire, carefully preparing her nightly offerings. She looks up and meets your gaze. There is no surprise in her eyes. She has been waiting for you as if she knew you would return changed. She nods as if acknowledging the unspoken bond between you, and then, with a soft smile, she gestures for you to join her. And as you sit beside her, the fire crackling softly in front of you, she speaks. her voice gentle but knowing. "You've been to the other side, haven't you?" she asks, her gaze steady. "I can see it in your eyes. The dream world leaves its mark on you, and when you return, it's never quite the same." You nod slowly, unsure of how to respond. There are no words to describe what you've experienced, no way to put the journey into simple terms. The old man, the door, the vast shifting landscape of dreams, it all feels too vast, too profound to be explained. But the woman seems to understand. She doesn't ask for details. She simply hands you a small bundle of herbs wrapped carefully in cloth. "These," she says, "are for you to help you remember. You may not always understand the dreams, but that's not the point. What matters is that you carry them with you. Let them guide you. Let them shape who you are." You take the bundle, feeling its weight in your hands. It is the same as the pouch she gave you before, but now it feels different. It's not just a physical object, it's a symbol of the journey you've just taken. A reminder that dreams are not just fleeting images, they are pieces of something much larger, something that connects us all. Historians still debate whether the herbs used in sleep rituals were thought to connect the dreamer to divine realms, or whether they were simply seen as a tool for ensuring peaceful rest. But in this moment, it feels like they are more than just herbs. They are anchors, keeping you grounded between worlds. As you sit beside the fire, the night deepens and the world around you becomes quieter. The stars above are brighter now, their light softer, more welcoming. You can feel the pulse of the earth beneath you, the gentle rhythm of life that continues even when you are unaware. The villagers continue their rituals, each one stepping into the night with the same quiet reverence that you now carry with you. As the wind picks up, swirling gently around you, carrying with it the faint scent of the herbs in your hands. You breathe deeply, feeling the connection to the world around you, this world, the dream world, and everything in between. It is as if you have crossed through something, passed through a doorway that exists only when you sleep. And now you are back, but changed. The woman beside you watches the fire, her hands folded in her lap. There's a quiet comfort in the way she sits, as if she has long since come to terms with the mysteries of the night, the ebb and flow of sleep, and the dreams that come with it. She turns to you, her expression soft. "Remember," she says quietly, "sleep is not just rest. It is a journey. And like all journeys, it takes you to places you cannot always understand. But it is through these journeys that you grow, that you learn who you truly are." You sit in silence for a while, the crackling of the fire the only sound between you. The night continues to unfold as it always does, and you feel yourself drawn into its rhythm. The sense of connection, the feeling of being part of something larger than yourself, remains with you, even as the village settles into sleep around you. "We are all dreamers," the woman adds, her voice barely above a whisper. "And though our dreams may differ, they are all part of the same tapestry. Every person you meet, every path you cross, every dream you have, they are threads woven together in ways you cannot yet understand. But in time, you will." As the fire burns low, its embers glowing softly in the dark, you feel a deep sense of peace settle over you, a quiet understanding that you are not alone in this journey. The dreams, the rituals, the prayers, they are all part of a greater whole. And as you settle in for the night, you realize that sleep, though it may seem like an escape, is far more than that. It is a portal to the deepest parts of the soul, a connection to something greater than yourself, a journey that continues even when you are awake. You take a deep breath, closing your eyes, letting the sounds of the night wash over you. The world fades into darkness, but you know that the dream is not over. It will continue as it always has. And you too will continue along the path, carrying with you the lessons learned from the world of sleep and the wisdom of the ages. As the night grows deeper still, and you feel yourself slipping further into the quiet embrace of sleep, but there is a lingering awareness, a sense that you are caught between two worlds. It's not unpleasant, no, far from it. This feeling, this awareness is peaceful. It's as though the very fabric of the universe is gently wrapping itself around you, soothing you, comforting you as you continue your journey through the night. The village around you is asleep, but the air still carries the weight of its rituals, of the sacred practices that have been passed down through the ages. You hear the soft murmur of distant voices, but it's not a disturbance. It's the collective hum of dreams, of shared experiences, of countless souls passing through the night, all interconnected by something deeper than words can explain. You are part of it now, the dreamers, the wanderers, the seekers. You've stepped into a space that exists just outside of time, a place where the soul is free to roam, to explore, and to learn. Do you remember when you first arrived? The voice from earlier returns, this time it's softer, more familiar. It's the voice of the old man, the one who had guided you through the realms of the dream world. His words drift through your mind, wrapping themselves around you like a gentle breeze. You came with uncertainty, you came with questions, but now you are different. You have walked the path, you have felt the weight of the world, and you have learned what many never will. What it means to be a part of something larger, something eternal. Sleep is not just about rest. It is about transformation. And you, traveler, have transformed. As you sit in the quiet of the village, now fully aware that you've returned from your journey, the world around you seems different. The village square, the familiar sight of the old stone buildings, the soft glow of candlelight spilling from windows, all of it feels more vivid now. You understand, in a way you didn't before, that this village is not just a place. It's a crossroads, a space where the physical and the spiritual meet. And you are no longer a mere observer, you are a part of it. The dream world has imprinted itself upon you, and its truths linger within you, like faint echoes that whisper in the back of your mind. The sleep is not just about shutting your eyes, the old man's voice continues as though he is standing beside you. It is a doorway, a space of connection. Every dream is a fragment of the whole. Every prayer, every ritual, it is a thread woven into the tapestry of existence. And you are now part of that weave. You think of the villagers who surround you, their faces peaceful in the soft candlelight as they prepare for sleep. You think of the woman who shared the herbs with you, the one who guided you in the rituals, whose wisdom now resonates in your mind. We are all dreamers. Her words echo in your mind, reminding you that your journey is far from over. Sleep may have been the destination for now, but it is only one part of a much greater cycle. The dream world is always there, just beyond the veil of wakefulness, waiting to reveal new truths, new lessons. As historians still debate the nature of dreams in medieval times, whether they were seen as divine omens or simply the workings of the subconscious. Some argue that medieval people believed dreams to be a reflection of divine will. Others claim that they were a mere byproduct of the mind's need to process the events of the day. But in this world, the dream world is not merely an escape from the harshness of life. It is an integral part of existence itself, woven into the fabric of everything, waiting for those willing to listen and learn. The air around you grows cooler, a gentle reminder that the night is still unfolding, that the passage of time, though subtle, is ever moving. You stand up slowly, stretching your limbs, feeling the last remnants of the dream world still lingering in your body. The village feels warm now, comforting, as though it too has taken on a new significance since your journey. As you walk back through the square, your senses are heightened. You notice the subtle rustling of leaves in the wind, the scent of herbs still carried in the air, the soft murmur of voices growing fainter as the villagers settle in for the night. There is something profoundly peaceful about the rhythm of it all. The villagers are not simply going to bed. No, they are preparing for something far deeper. A transition, a crossing from the physical world to the spiritual one. A journey they make each night, as part of the ancient rituals that bind them together. You walk past the small building where the woman had been earlier, now empty, and you pause. For a moment, you can almost hear her voice, soft and reassuring, telling you once again that sleep is not just sleep. It is a journey. It is a passage. And it is through this journey that you come to understand who you truly are. The air is still now, the night deepening into the peaceful quiet of early morning. As you walk back to your resting place, you feel a sense of completion, of closure. You have crossed through the door. You have walked through the dream, and now you are back. But this time you are not the same. You have brought back something from the other side, a piece of knowledge, a fragment of understanding, a deeper connection to the world that exists just beyond your waking mind. And every dream is a piece of the puzzle. The old man's voice whispers one last time as though fading into the night. Every sleep, every journey is a step toward the truth, and you, dear traveler, are moving closer to it with every step. You close your eyes, feeling the weight of the night lift as you settle into your resting place. The world is still, but in that stillness you feel the pulse of life, of dreams, of the ancient rhythm that has carried humanity through the ages. Sleep is not just a pause. It is a beginning, a continuation of a journey that has been going on for as long as time itself. And as you drift into sleep once again, you understand now that this journey will never truly end. It is a cycle, a circle, a constant ebb and flow between the realms of the living and the dead, the waking and the sleeping. And you, like all those before you, are a part of it. Take a deep breath, let it out slowly. And as you fall into the gentle embrace of sleep, you know this: the journey continues, and so do you. The silence of the night is broken only by the soft hum of the world as it turns ever so slowly toward the new day. The village around you remains still, untouched by time, as though the hours themselves respect this sacred time of rest. You feel it, the deep, tranquil pull of the night drawing you in further, urging you to let go of all that is unnecessary, all that is conscious. It's in this space where the boundaries of time and memory begin to blur. You can almost hear the whispers of those who came before you, their voices woven into the fabric of the night. As you settle back into your place of rest, there's a shift in the atmosphere. It's as though the dream world, while just beyond your reach, continues to stretch and shift as though it's awaiting your return. You close your eyes again, but this time it's different. The darkness feels fuller, more complete, as though you are no longer an outsider looking in. You are part of it now. The dream world, the rituals, the shared history of all those who have slept before you are now part of your very being. It's as if the line between you and the ancient practices of the villagers has dissolved, leaving only the essence of sleep itself, timeless, endless, universal. Sleep is not an escape. The voice of the old man returns, but this time it is not distant. It is right beside you, almost within you, like a memory rising from the depths. It is a transformation. Every time you sleep, you are reborn. You shed the layers of the waking world, and for a brief moment, you are free to be who you truly are. You breathe in deeply, the weight of his words settling on your chest. The air around you feels charged, alive with the energy of 1,000 dreams, each one a reflection of a deeper truth. It is in this space where the transition from sleep to wakefulness is as fluid as the turning of the seasons that you realize how little you truly understand about the act of sleeping. We tend to think of sleep as a time for rest, for restoration, but here, in this world, it is far more than that. It is a moment of connection, a return to something older, something elemental. Do you remember the first night you arrived here? The voice asks again. Do you remember the sense of unfamiliarity, the uncertainty? It is a sensation that comes with transformation. It's the feeling of shedding the past, of letting go of what you thought you knew and stepping into the unknown. You remember the moment you first stepped into the village, the strange yet comforting feeling of being in a world that was so different yet somehow familiar. You remember the stillness, the rhythm of life that was slower, more deliberate. You remember how the very air seemed to hum with an energy you couldn't quite place. And as the old man's voice continues to echo in your mind, you realize that you've come full circle. What began as a journey into the unknown has transformed into something more. A deep, personal understanding of the sacredness of sleep, of the rituals that bind us all, of the dreams that connect the living and the dead, the past and the future. The dreams you have had, the rituals you've witnessed, are not just stories. They are a reflection of the human soul, the part of us that connects to something much larger than ourselves. And in this space, you feel it. You feel the pull of history, of ancestors, of generations past who lived and dreamed just as you do now. Every dream carries with it a fragment of your soul, the old man says, his voice soft like a lullaby. And when you return to the waking world, those fragments will remain with you, like pieces of a puzzle that have always been part of you. You feel a sense of clarity wash over you, as if the final pieces of a complex puzzle are falling into place. Sleep is not just a time for the mind to rest. It is a time for the soul to expand, to travel through the corridors of time, to touch the fragments of your past and future that remain hidden in the depths of your unconscious mind. The dreams you have, the visions, the symbols, the feelings, they are not meaningless. They are messages, guides, reflections of a deeper truth. As in the distance, you see the faintest glimmer of light breaking through the darkness. The first hints of dawn begin to creep into the sky, painting the world around you with soft hues of gold and lavender. The night is giving way to the morning, but it's not an abrupt change. It's a slow, gentle transition, like the turning of a page in a book that is written in whispers. The world is not waking from sleep, it is emerging from it like a flower unfolding in the early light. You rise from your resting place and step into the soft, cool air of the early morning. The village around you begins to stir, but it is still quiet, still wrapped in the peacefulness of the night. You watch as the villagers begin their day, moving slowly with purpose. They gather around the central fire, exchanging soft words, but there is no rush. The morning is a sacred time, just as the night is, and it is approached with the same reverence, the same gentle pace. Remember this, the old man's voice whispers once more, this time distant, fading with the wind. Sleep is never just sleep. It is a connection, it is a journey, it is a return to the truth of who you are. As you walk through the village, you notice the herbs hanging from the eaves of each home, the small bundles of dried lavender, rosemary, and sage that have become part of the very fabric of the village. These herbs are not just for healing, for sleep. They are symbols, reminders of the rituals that bind this world to the next. They are the markers of a journey that continues, even as the day unfolds. You pause for a moment at the edge of the village, looking back at the ancient stone buildings and the quiet life unfolding within them. The sky above is turning a soft shade of blue, and you feel a deep sense of gratitude for the journey you've undertaken, for the wisdom you've gathered along the way. Sleep, you now understand, is more than just a need. It is a path that connects us all, a journey that allows us to discover not just who we are, but who we have always been. Historians may never fully understand the depth of medieval sleep rituals or the true significance of dreams in the lives of those who came before us. But in this space, it doesn't matter. Here in the quiet of the morning, you know the truth. Sleep is not an escape. It is a return to the heart of who we are, to the very essence of life itself. You take a deep breath, letting the morning air fill your lungs. The village is alive with the promise of a new day, but you know that the journey doesn't end here. The dreams will return as they always do, and when they do, you will be ready. Ready to continue the journey, to learn, to grow, and to discover more about the sacred rhythm of sleep that connects us all. As the morning light gently sweeps over the village, the world feels new again. The air is fresh with the promise of a new day, yet it carries a quiet stillness, as though everything around you is still in the process of waking up. The villagers, with their simple morning rituals, carry on with a peaceful sense of purpose. They move not with haste, but with the kind of quiet deliberation that only comes from living in a place where time seems to have its own gentle flow, where there's no need to rush because the rhythm of the world itself is slow, methodical, and deliberate. You walk among them, but now you see them with new eyes. The way they speak softly to each other, the way they carry the weight of their day with steady, unhurried grace, it's all part of the same pattern. There's no fear here, no urgency. In the village, everything is interconnected, and there is time for everything, time for work, time for play, and perhaps most importantly, time for sleep. The woman who had shared the herbs with you sits by the fire, stirring a pot of something fragrant, perhaps another kind of potion or remedy for the day ahead. You approach her, and she looks up as though she had been waiting for you, her expression soft with knowing. She doesn't speak immediately, but simply gestures for you to sit beside her. You settle next to her, the warmth of the fire welcoming in the cool morning air, and for a long moment you simply sit in silence, allowing the village to come to life around you. It's not an uncomfortable silence, though. It's a peaceful quiet, one that feels natural and familiar, like a space where words are unnecessary. Finally, she speaks, her voice gentle, but carrying a weight of wisdom that feels timeless. "You've seen it now, haven't you?" she asks, her eyes meeting yours. "The way sleep is not just for rest, but for connection. It's the space where the soul meets the eternal, where you leave behind the weight of the world and travel through time itself. You carry that with you, even when you return to the waking world." You nod slowly, feeling the truth of her words settle deep within you. Sleep is not just an escape, it's a passage. It's the time when the soul is free to roam, to experience things beyond the constraints of the physical world. It's not just the body that rests, it's the essence of who we are that is given the freedom to explore, to connect with the past and the future, with those who have walked before us and those who will walk long after we are gone. You have come to understand what most never do, she continues, her voice soft but with a quiet power. Sleep is not just an individual experience. It's a shared journey. The dreams we have, the rituals we practice, they are threads that connect us, one soul to another. We are all dreamers, carrying our own stories, our own truths, but those stories, those truths are part of something larger. And when we sleep, we remember that. You feel a warmth spread through you, not just from the fire, but from something deeper, something more profound. The realization is almost overwhelming in its simplicity. You are part of something much larger than yourself. The sleep rituals of this village, the prayers, the herbs, the slow, deliberate pace of life, they are not just old traditions. They are a part of a timeless truth. They are ways of connecting, of understanding that we are all part of a vast, intricate web of existence. Historians often argue about the reasons for the elaborate sleep rituals practiced throughout history. Were they merely attempts to ward off the unknown, or did they carry a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things? The truth, perhaps, lies somewhere between the two, in a place where the body, the mind, and the soul converge in the sacred act of sleep. The woman looks at you for a long moment, as though she sees something in you that you cannot yet fully comprehend. She reaches for the bundle of herbs she had given you earlier and unwraps it carefully. The scent of the herbs fills the air, familiar, soothing, grounding. She presses them into your hands as though she's passing on something important, something essential. "Keep these close," she says softly, "not just for sleep, but for the dreams. They will guide you when you need it most." And remember that the path to understanding is never straight. It is full of twists and turns, but it is always leading you somewhere important. You hold the herbs in your hands, feeling their weight, their power, and a sense of deep gratitude fills your chest. These herbs, this ritual, this journey, they are part of the ancient wisdom of the world, passed down through generations, carried through time like the breath of the earth itself. As you stand ready to continue on your journey, the woman smiles gently at you. "Sleep will come again," she says, her voice calm. "And when it does, remember what you've learned. The world of dreams is always there, waiting for you, ready to show you more of what you cannot yet see. The truth is hidden in the spaces between sleep and wakefulness, in the whispers of the night. And when you return to the waking world, you will carry that truth with you, like a seed waiting to grow." You nod, feeling the weight of her words settle in your heart. You have learned something important in this village, something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Sleep is not just rest, it is a journey. It is a connection to something greater than yourself. And the dreams you carry with you are not just for your own understanding. They are part of a larger, collective truth that ties us all together. As the fire flickers low, you turn and walk away, feeling the pull of the road ahead. The village, now bathed in the golden light of the morning, feels alive with possibility. You know that sleep will come again, as it always does, and when it does, you will be ready to step back into that world where the boundaries between the waking and the dreaming blur. But for now, you are awake. You are part of the world, and the world is part of you. Though the journey is far from over, it is just beginning. The village is waking now, the steady rhythm of life continuing as it always has. The sounds of morning settle over the land like a blanket, gentle and familiar, the crackling of firewood as the villagers prepare their breakfasts, the soft murmur of voices as families gather to begin their day. There is something beautiful in the ordinariness of it all, the quiet grace with which the village steps into the morning light. It feels as though this is the way the world is meant to be, a place where every moment is connected, where the past and the future flow together seamlessly. As you walk through the village, you feel the weight of your journey settle in your chest. You have seen the world of dreams, you have walked through its vast, shifting landscapes, and now you are back. But you are not the same, something within you has changed. The rhythms of the village, the prayers, the rituals, they have left their mark on you, a reminder that sleep is not simply a retreat, but a powerful journey, one that ties the soul to the fabric of time itself. The morning light spills over the rooftops, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets. The herbs hanging in the doorways, the small bundles of rosemary, lavender, and sage, seem to pulse with an unseen energy. They are not just symbols of sleep, they are reminders of the connection between the physical and the spiritual, between the living and the dead. They are the threads that tie this world to the next, the markers of a path that winds through both waking life and dreams. You pause for a moment, taking in the sights and sounds around you. There is a deep peace here, a serenity that feels almost timeless. The villagers, with their quiet rituals, seem to live in harmony with the land, with each other, and with the cycles of sleep and wakefulness that govern their lives. There is no rush here, no sense of urgency. Life moves at its own pace, in sync with the natural world, and sleep is a part of that rhythm. As you continue walking, you come to the small building where the woman with the herbs lives. It's modest, simple, but there is something inviting about it. The door is open and you can see her inside arranging the herbs she had gathered that morning. She looks up as you approach and there is a knowing smile on her face. She has seen the change in you just as you have felt it within yourself. There is no need for words now, there is only the understanding that you have shared in something ancient, something profound. You enter the small hut and she gestures for you to sit beside her. The air inside is thick with the scent of herbs and dried flowers, their fragrances filling the space with a comforting warmth. You sit in silence for a moment, the quiet hum of the world outside blending with the soft crackling of the fire. It's a peaceful stillness, one that feels familiar, as if you are meant to be here in this moment just as you are. You have walked through the dream world, the woman says softly, her voice carrying the weight of years of knowledge. And now you know sleep is not just rest, it is a journey, a passage between worlds. And you have returned, carrying with you the wisdom of the ages. Her words settle deep within you and you realize that she is right. Sleep is not just something we do when we are tired, it is something much more. It is a bridge between worlds, a connection to something greater than ourselves. And each time we close our eyes, we step into that space, that realm where the rules of time and reality no longer apply. It is in that space that we find the answers to questions we may not even know we are asking, the truths that lie hidden beneath the surface of our waking lives. You are part of the cycle now, she continues, her gaze steady. The dreams you have, the rituals you practice, they are not just for you. They are part of the collective journey, part of the shared experience of all those who have come before you and all those who will come after. You look at her and for the first time you realize that she is not just a guide to sleep. She is a keeper of the ancient knowledge, the wisdom that has been passed down through generations. The rituals, the prayers, the herbs, they are not just old traditions. They are living, breathing practices that connect the villagers to something larger, something eternal. And now you are part of that too. The sleep is not an escape, she says gently. It is a return to the truth of who you are, a return to the heart of existence itself. You feel a deep sense of gratitude for the journey you have taken. You have learned something invaluable in this village, something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Sleep is not simply rest. It is a journey that takes you through time, through the depths of your soul, and into the heart of the universe itself. And as you rise from your seat, ready to continue your path, you know that the dreams will always be there, waiting for you, guiding you. The sun is higher now, casting a golden light over the village. The warmth of the morning is beginning to fill the air and the day feels full of possibility, but you are no longer in a rush to embrace it. You move slowly as if still tethered to the journey you've just completed in the dream world. There is no urgency in your steps, only a quiet awareness that time is not something to chase. It is something to experience, something to feel, something to be part of. As you walk through the village, you notice how the people seem to move with the same deliberateness, the same measured pace. There is no anxiety here, no sense of needing to be anywhere else. Life unfolds as it should, each moment layered upon the next in a delicate, unbroken rhythm. It's as though the villagers understand that everything has its place and that the act of living is just as important as the act of resting, of dreaming, of allowing the mind and soul to wander. The familiar paths of the village no longer seem as simple as they once did. Now you see them for what they are: roots that connect not just physical locations, but moments in time, spaces in the soul. Each turn, each corner is a continuation of the journey, and you realize that you are not just walking through the village. You are walking through your own story, your own dreams, and the dreams of those who have come before you. Life and sleep are part of the same rhythm, the woman's words echo in your mind. The waking world and the dream world are not separate, they are connected. And when you sleep, you step into the timeless space between them, a space where you can hear the whispers of the past, feel the pull of the future, and experience the eternal truth of who you are. You pause for a moment, letting those words settle over you. You have seen it now. The way sleep is not just rest, but a continuation of the journey, a continuation of the rhythm of life itself. It is a rhythm that moves through the earth, through the stars, through the hearts of all who have walked before you. And it is a rhythm you are now a part of. As the sun climbs higher, you feel a sense of peace fill you. The day is unfolding, but there is no hurry to catch up with it. You have all the time you need. The rhythms of the world are still with you, the connections to the dream world, to the collective journey still strong. And as you continue to walk, you know that sleep will always be there when you need it. A space to return to, a place to reconnect with the eternal flow of life. The world is alive with possibility, and you are part of it. The journey continues. The day continues its gentle unfolding around you. The light from the sun bathes the village in a soft, golden glow, casting long shadows across the stone buildings and the narrow streets. You walk slowly through the village square, taking in the sounds of morning, children laughing, women chatting as they hang laundry, the soft clip-clop of horse hooves against the cobblestone. There's a quiet hum to the air, a rhythm that is almost imperceptible but unmistakable. It's as though the world itself is breathing in time with you, moving at the same steady pace, guided by the slow dance of nature's cycles. The villagers seem to move in harmony with the world around them. There is no rush here, no frantic pace. Each person, each soul, plays their part in the delicate balance of life. You've seen this before in your travels through the waking world, but now it feels different. The quiet grace with which they live their lives, the reverence they give to their rituals, to their sleep, is something you've come to understand on a deeper level. It's not just a matter of habit, it's a practice, a way of being that honors the connection between all things. You can feel the weight of your own journey settling on you now, not as a burden but as a gentle, grounding presence. The path you have walked has changed you, shaped you in ways you cannot yet fully express. The dreams you have experienced, the rituals you've witnessed, have opened your eyes to a deeper understanding of the world around you. Sleep, you now realize, is not just an individual experience. It is part of a larger cycle, a shared journey that connects us all. You have learned, the woman's words echo in your mind, that sleep is not an escape. It is a return to the truth of who we are and to the truth of the world we live in. The cycles of life and death, of waking and sleeping, are all connected, We are part of it and it is part of us. And as you walk through the village, you see familiar faces. Some are bent low over the fire, preparing meals for the day ahead. Others sit in quiet groups, exchanging soft words, their faces serene. The pace of life here is deliberate, unhurried, and you understand now why it feels so peaceful. Time is not something to race against, it is something to live with, to experience in its fullness. And as you take in the sights, the sounds, and the sense of the village, you feel a deep, profound sense of connection. The world around you is alive, full of energy, but it is also in a state of balance, of rest. It's a balance that is upheld not just by the villagers, but by every living thing, the trees, the earth, the stars. Everything is interconnected. As in the distance, you see the familiar shape of the woman standing by her hut, her eyes turned upward toward the sky. She seems to sense you approaching, as though the connection between you has grown stronger with each passing day. You walk toward her, and as you get closer, she turns to face you, her smile warm and knowing. There is no need for words between you now. The silent understanding that has grown between you over the course of your journey is enough. You sit beside her once again, the warmth of the sun on your face, the scent of herbs in the air. She hands you a small bundle wrapped in cloth, and as you unwrap it, you find another pouch of herbs. This time, something different, something unfamiliar. "This is for you," she says softly, "to guide you when you sleep, to remind you of the journey you have taken and the journey still to come. Each dream, each moment of rest is a step forward, a step deeper into the understanding of the truth that lies beneath the surface of the world. Carry this with you, it will help you remember." You take the bundle in your hands, feeling the weight of it, and you nod slowly. The herbs feel different this time, stronger, perhaps, or more complex. But you know they carry with them something far more significant than just their scent. They are the continuation of a journey, the continuation of a path that you have walked since the moment you arrived here. You hold the herbs close to your chest, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. The woman has given you a gift, not just of herbs, but of understanding. The sleep is a continuation, not an end. It is a passage, a bridge that allows you to cross into new realms, to connect with something greater than yourself. "You've learned," she says gently, "that sleep is not a place to hide. It is a place to grow, a place to learn, a place to connect." You rise, feeling the weight of the bundle in your hands, and you look around you at the world that has opened itself up to you. The village, the dream world, the rituals, they are all part of the same whole. And you are part of that whole, just as you are part of the cycle of life and death, waking and sleeping. You take a deep breath, and as you let it out slowly, you feel the pulse of the world around you, steady and eternal. The sun is climbing higher in the sky now, its rays reaching down through the branches of the trees, casting long, dappled shadows across the ground. The day is in full swing, but you move through it with a sense of peace, a sense of connection to the world around you that you didn't have before. The village is alive with activity, but there is no rush, no urgency. The world moves at its own pace, and you are part of that rhythm. Everything here feels in balance, and it's a balance that you, too, have found within yourself. You walk slowly through the village, feeling the soft earth beneath your feet, the cool breeze that carries the scent of herbs and wood smoke. The world feels more vibrant now, more real. There's a clarity to everything, as though you've removed a veil from your eyes and you can see the world as it truly is. The villagers, with their simple, deliberate lives, are not just inhabitants of this place. They are the guardians of a deeper truth, a truth that you have come to understand over the course of your journey. The sun is starting to dip low in the sky now, casting long shadows across the village. You can feel the pull of the evening, the quiet ritual of preparing for sleep. The villagers begin to gather around their fires once more, their faces peaceful as they sit in silent communion. There is a quiet reverence in the air as the night draws near. The same rituals that began with the first rays of light will continue until the day has ended. The sleep, after all, is not a singular event. It is a rhythm, a cycle that never truly ends. It is the journey that continues, the transition from one world to another, the moment when the soul is free to wander, to connect with something greater. You pause at the edge of the village, taking in the scene around you. The sun has set now and the village is bathed in the soft glow of candlelight. The sounds of the evening are gentle, quiet voices, the soft crackle of firewood, the distant rustling of leaves in the wind. The world feels at peace, and you too feel at peace. You have walked the path, you have seen the truth, and you understand now that sleep is not just an act of rest. It is a continuation of the journey, a way to connect with the eternal rhythm of the world. As you stand there, the woman's words echo in your mind once more. Sleep is not an escape. It is a return to the truth of who we are. You feel the weight of those words in your chest, and you know that they are true. You are not just a dreamer. You are part of something larger, something ancient, something eternal. And with that understanding, you walk into the night, ready for the journey that awaits you. The evening deepens as you stand on the edge of the village, the golden light of the setting sun fading into shades of purple and blue. The village seems to settle into itself, the gentle hum of life quieting down as the night embraces the land. The air is cool now, the first whispers of evening breezes stirring the trees, and you feel that familiar pull once again, the quiet, gentle draw of sleep. It is not an abrupt need, but a natural transition, like a leaf slowly drifting toward the ground. There is no urgency to it, only a slow, rhythmic cadence that beckons you to let go and rest. But tonight, something is different. You stand at the threshold, the familiar path of the village square stretching before you, and you realize that this night, the transition from waking to sleep will not be as it once was. There is something deeper, something more profound at work tonight. Perhaps it is the culmination of your journey so far, the understanding you have gained about the sacredness of sleep, of dreams, and of the eternal rhythm of life. Perhaps it is simply the stillness of the night, or the memories of the dream world you carry with you. Whatever it is, you feel a profound sense of connection to the world around you, to the villagers who move in perfect synchrony with the natural flow of time, to the dreams that wait for you. You take a deep breath and let it out slowly, watching the breath dissipate into the cool air. There is no fear now, no hesitance. Sleep is not an escape from the world, it is a return to it. It is a chance to reconnect, to step into the timeless space between worlds and find the answers that elude you in the waking hours. The world of dreams is a place of truth, a place where the soul can wander freely, where the past, the present, and the future all merge into a single thread of existence. And as you begin to walk toward the firelit center of the village, where the rituals of rest are already beginning to take shape, you feel a sense of peace wash over you. Sleep is never an end. The old man's voice returns to you, this time a whisper in your mind. It is simply another beginning. Every time you sleep, you awaken to something new, something deeper, something more true. Do not fear it, embrace it. The woman who had guided you in the rituals of sleep steps into view once more, her eyes soft and knowing. She watches you with the same quiet understanding, as though she has been waiting for this moment. You approach her without speaking, and without needing to, she hands you a small bundle of herbs wrapped tightly in cloth. This time they are different, infused with a new energy. The air around you seems to shift, becoming more fragrant with the herb's scent. These are for the night ahead, she says gently. For this journey, the one that will take you deeper still. These are the final gifts, the last offerings before you close your eyes and step into the unknown once more. You take the herbs from her, feeling the weight of them in your hands. They are not heavy, but they carry a sense of significance that cannot be ignored. There is an old truth in this, the same truth that has been passed down through generations of dreamers, of seekers. Sleep is not just a time to rest. It is a time to reconnect with the deeper currents of existence, to touch the eternal, and to let the world of dreams reveal the hidden mysteries that lie beneath the surface. Remember, she continues, her voice soft yet firm, you are not alone in this. We all dream together, we all sleep together. We are all connected by the same thread, the same journey. And when you wake, you will know that the dreams you carry will guide you, just as they have always guided those who came before you. You nod, feeling the truth of her words deep within you. You know now that the journey of sleep is not just about rest. It is a journey of connection, of discovery, and of understanding. Each dream is a fragment of the larger story, a piece of the puzzle that helps you understand the deeper truth of who you are and who you have always been. The world of dreams is not just an escape from the waking world. It is the place where you reconnect with your soul, where you touch the ancient wisdom of the earth, where you are reminded of the eternal rhythms that bind all things together. As you step away from the fire, the village behind you now a soft glow in the distance, you feel the familiar pull of sleep once again. The day has ended and the time has come to rest. But there is no fear, no hesitation. Sleep is a return, it is a homecoming. It is the opportunity to remember, to understand, and to discover. The path back to your resting place feels different now, quieter somehow, but there is a sense of anticipation in the air. As you walk, the weight of the bundle of herbs in your hands is grounding, reminding you of the journey ahead. The world around you is still, the village wrapped in the peaceful embrace of the night. The stars above twinkle softly, their light reflecting in the stillness of the evening. It is a time of transformation, of quiet growth. As you near the place where you will rest, you notice the stillness of the world deepening. The sound of your footsteps is muffled by the earth beneath your feet, the wind having settled into a calm, cool breeze. It feels as though the night itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to unfold. And you too hold your breath for a moment, knowing that sleep will soon take you on yet another journey, deeper into the mysteries of the world you have come to know. You reach your resting place and sit down, the bundle of herbs still warm in your hands. The quiet of the village is now all-encompassing, and you feel the connection to the world around you, the earth, the trees, the villagers, the ancestors, all of them part of the same journey, part of the same rhythm. The firelight flickers softly in the distance, casting long shadows on the ground, and for a moment you feel as though you are standing at the crossroads of time. You are here in this world, but you are also elsewhere, your mind wandering through the realms of sleep, through the deep spaces of the dream world. As the night stretches out before you, an endless sea of possibilities. There is no need to rush, no sense of urgency. Sleep will come when it is ready. For now you are simply present, simply here, and that is enough. The woman's words echo in your mind. Sleep is never an end, it is simply another beginning. And as you sit in the soft, cool earth, the world of dreams is not far behind. It will come, as it always does, when the time is right. You close your eyes, taking a deep breath, feeling the weight of the day slip away. The journey is not over, and sleep is but one part of it. The dreams will return, and when they do, you will be ready. You are part of something larger now, a story that stretches across time, across generations, across the very fabric of existence itself. And with that, you slip into the night, into the timeless rhythm of the universe. The night settles around you like a blanket, soft and comforting. As you close your eyes and settle into the stillness, you feel yourself drifting once more, the gentle pull of sleep guiding you into its familiar embrace. But this time it feels different. The transition is smoother, more natural, as though you've crossed into a new realm entirely. You are not just sleeping, you are stepping into something deeper, something that transcends the physical boundaries of your body. As you drift further into the dream world, you feel the weight of the past, of all the memories, rituals, and teachings that have been passed down through the generations. Sleep is no longer just an act of rest, it is a sacred passage, a doorway into something greater. You are moving through it now, and you understand on a deeper level that this journey, though personal, is also universal. Every person who sleeps, every soul that rests, is part of the same vast, interconnected tapestry. And just as the village and its rituals were connected to something larger, so too are you connected to them. The dreams you experience are not just your own, they are pieces of a much larger puzzle, fragments of a story that stretches across time. You realize as you sink deeper into this space that sleep is a shared experience, a collective journey. It's not just about individual rest, but about the ongoing flow of life, death, and rebirth. As the dream world around you begins to shift, the dark, velvety sky above you is suddenly filled with constellations, stars twinkling with a brightness you've never seen before. They seem to pulse with life, their patterns shifting and changing as if they are alive, guiding you forward. You walk through the dreamscape, feeling light as air, as though gravity no longer applies here. The ground beneath you feels like soft clouds, your feet barely touching the earth. This is the space between, the old man's voice echoes in your mind, the space where the living and the dead, the past and the future meet. You have crossed into this realm not by accident, but by design. You are part of this story, part of the dream. The words resonate within you, and for the first time you feel truly awake, not just in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. The dream world is not an escape from the waking world. It is a mirror of it, a reflection of the deeper truths that lie hidden beneath the surface. And as you move through the dream world, you realize that each dream is a key, unlocking the mysteries of existence, offering glimpses of the soul's true nature. Ahead of you, a figure appears, bathed in the soft light of the stars. It is a woman, familiar yet different, her presence serene and comforting. Her eyes shine with wisdom and her smile is gentle, knowing. She gestures for you to approach, and as you draw near, she speaks. "You have learned much, traveler," she says softly, "but there is always more to learn. Dreams are not just lessons, they are a way to return to the heart of who you are, to reconnect with the eternal truths of the world. The world you inhabit, the village you left behind, they are not separate from the dream world. They are part of the same whole, part of the same eternal cycle." You listen closely, feeling the weight of her words. There is a deep peace in her presence, a quiet assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. The dream world, with all its mysteries, is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. The rituals, the prayers, the symbols, they are not just old customs. They are guides leading you deeper into the understanding of the world and of yourself. And every dream carries with it a fragment of the whole, she continues. And every time you sleep, you step closer to understanding. The truth is not always easy to see, but it is always there, waiting for you to discover it. The dream world around you begins to shift once more, the stars above you forming new patterns, new constellations. The woman steps aside and you see a path stretching before you, winding through the dreamscape. It is a path that feels familiar yet unfamiliar. It beckons you forward, a journey that will take you deeper still into the mysteries of the world. "And take this journey," the woman whispers, her voice a soft, melodic sound. "It is yours to take. And when you return, you will carry with you the knowledge you have gained, the wisdom of the ages. Sleep is not an end. It is a continuation, a return to the truth of who you are." You take a deep breath, feeling the pull of the path ahead. There is no fear in you now, only a deep sense of peace, of knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. The dream world is waiting, and you are ready to step into it once more. You begin to walk down the path, your feet light on the dreamscape, the air around you heavy with the scent of ancient herbs, of memories long past. The stars above you shift and dance, casting their soft glow on the path that lies ahead. It is not a path of stone or earth, but of something much more fluid, more ephemeral. The path seems to stretch infinitely before you, winding and curving, twisting and turning in ways that defy logic. There is no destination, no clear end, just the journey itself. As you walk, you feel a deep sense of connection to the dream world. The land beneath your feet, the sky above you, the stars that twinkle with light, it all feels like part of your own soul, part of your own essence. You are not just moving through the dream world, you are becoming it. The dream is no longer something separate from you. It is a reflection of who you are, who you have always been. The path continues to unfold, leading you through different landscapes. Some are familiar places from your past, from your memories, while others are entirely new places you have never seen before. There are trees with glowing leaves, rivers of silver that flow like liquid light, and hills that rise up into the sky, their peaks disappearing into the clouds. Everything here is vibrant, alive, full of color and energy. And as you walk, you realize that these landscapes are not just physical places. They are emotions, memories, reflections of the deeper truths within you. In the distance, you see a figure, another person, walking toward you. As they get closer, you recognize them. It is the woman from the village, the one who first taught you the rituals of sleep, who shared with you the ancient wisdom of dreams. She smiles at you and you smile back, knowing that this meeting is no accident. It is a part of the journey, a part of the cycle. You have traveled far, she says, her voice gentle but firm. And you have learned much. But remember this, the dream world is not a place of escape. It is a place of connection. A place where you can see beyond the surface of things, where you can touch the eternal truths that lie hidden within. You nod slowly, feeling the weight of her words deep in your soul. The journey you have taken, the lessons you have learned, have brought you closer to understanding. Sleep is not just rest. It is a continuation of life, a journey through the soul, a connection to something larger than yourself. And as you stand here with the woman by your side, you realize that the dream world is not separate from the waking world. It is part of it, woven into the fabric of existence itself. The dreams will always be there, she says, her voice soft but filled with certainty. And every time you sleep, you will remember. You will remember the journey, the wisdom, and the truth that lies at the heart of it all. You take a deep breath, feeling the pull of the journey ahead. There is no need to rush. Sleep will come when it is ready. For now, you are simply present, simply walking through the dream world, carrying with you the knowledge that has been passed down through the ages. As you continue down the winding path, the landscape around you begins to shift once again. The stars above seem to pulse in time with your heartbeat, their soft glow casting a soothing light over everything. The air is thick with an energy that feels ancient, like the very fabric of this dream world is woven with the threads of time itself. There is no clear direction to the path ahead, no obvious destination, only the journey, the experience, and the unfolding of the dream. You feel an overwhelming sense of connection, not just to the dream world, but to the earth beneath your feet, the stars above, the trees swaying in the breeze. Everything is part of the same cycle, part of the same endless rhythm. It is as though you are no longer separate from this world, you are a part of it, intricately woven into its fabric. The dream world is not just a place of rest, of escape. It is a reflection of the deeper truths that connect all things. A space where the boundaries between time and space, between life and death, are blurred and indistinct. As you walk, you notice that the path is becoming more tangible, more grounded. The soft, ethereal landscape begins to take on more familiar shapes, trees, rocks, streams, but they are not as they are in the waking world. These objects are imbued with a strange, almost mystical energy, and their presence feels alive as though they too are part of the dream. The trees bend in ways that trees should not, their branches twisting and stretching toward the sky like the arms of ancient beings. Though the rocks underfoot are smooth, worn by time, their surfaces etched with symbols you cannot quite understand. In the distance, you see a figure standing in the center of the path. As you approach, you recognize them, another traveler, another seeker, another soul who has walked this path before you. The figure is tall, their cloak flowing in the wind, and they stand with an air of quiet authority, as though they are a guardian of this dream world, a keeper of its secrets. As you draw closer, they turn to face you, their eyes shining with a knowledge that is both comforting and unsettling. They smile, but it is a smile that speaks not of happiness, but of understanding. An understanding that transcends time, space, and the limits of the human experience. "Welcome," they say, their voice rich with an ancient resonance. "You have walked far to reach this place, and now you are ready. The dream world is not just a reflection of your soul, it is a reflection of all that is, all that has been, and all that will be. And now you must understand that the path forward is not just your own. It is shared. Every step you take is part of a larger journey, part of the eternal rhythm of life, death, and rebirth." You stand before the figure, feeling the weight of their words settle deep within you. You have learned much during your journey through the dream world, the connection between sleep and waking life, the way dreams are threads that bind the past, present, and future together. But this new understanding, this new revelation, carries with it a deeper sense of responsibility. You are not just a traveler in this world, you are a part of it, a part of the eternal cycle. The figure gestures for you to follow, and as you step forward, the landscape begins to shift once again. The trees around you grow taller, their branches reaching into the sky like the fingers of giants. The air becomes thicker, filled with the scent of earth and leaves, and you can feel the pulse of life in the ground beneath your feet. The world around you is alive, and you are a part of it, a part of the greater whole. And every dream is a seed, the figure continues, their voice echoing in your mind. And every time you sleep, you plant that seed. Some dreams grow into something beautiful, something meaningful. Others remain dormant, hidden beneath the surface. But all of them are part of the same cycle, part of the same journey. You begin to realize the depth of their words. Dreams are not just fleeting images. They are powerful forces shaping the soul, guiding the heart, and revealing the hidden truths of existence. And as you walk through this dream world, you understand that every dream you have, every moment of sleep, is an opportunity to plant a seed, to begin a new cycle, to take a step forward on your journey. But you must be careful, the figure warns, their tone growing more serious. Not all dreams are meant to be understood immediately. Some take time to grow, to reveal their true meaning. Some dreams are puzzles, and you must be patient as you work to piece them together. You pause for a moment, letting their words sink in. The dream world is a place of discovery, but it is also a place of patience. The answers you seek may not always come right away. Sometimes the path forward is obscured, and you must trust in the process, trust in the journey itself, even when you cannot see the destination. As you walk deeper into the dream world, the figure beside you continues to speak, offering fragments of wisdom, hints of understanding, and glimpses of the greater truths that lie just beneath the surface. With each step, the dream world grows more vivid, more real, and you begin to feel a deep sense of connection to it. It is no longer a place of separation. It is a part of you just as you are a part of it. The landscape around you continues to shift and change as you walk deeper into the dream world. But now, The transitions feel smoother, more natural. The boundaries between the dream and the waking world have become increasingly difficult to discern. The sky above you is no longer the deep, vast expanse you saw when you first entered this realm. It is filled with swirling clouds, vibrant hues of pinks and oranges, as though the very atmosphere is alive with energy, with movement, with the pulse of the universe itself. You feel a strange sense of peace wash over you, and as you continue walking, you realize that you are no longer alone. Figures appear around you, some familiar, some strange, each one moving along their own path, each one caught in their own dream. Some of them walk with purpose, others drift aimlessly, lost in their thoughts. But all of them share something, the same quiet awareness of being in the dream world, the same understanding that they are part of something much larger than themselves. As the figure beside you continues to walk, their presence calm and steady, a reminder that you are not just a traveler in this world. You are part of it, part of the dream itself. And with each step, you feel the rhythm of the universe beneath your feet, the pulse of time, of existence, of all that has been and all that will be. You are connected, the figure says softly, their voice a steady presence in the dream. To this world, to the past, to the future. Your dreams are not just yours. They belong to all who have walked before you and all who will walk after. You are part of the collective rhythm of existence. The realization settles over you like a gentle wave, and as it does, you begin to understand. Sleep dreams, they are not just personal experiences. They are threads woven into the greater tapestry of existence shared by all who dream, who sleep, who live. And in this moment, you realize that the dream world is not an escape. It is a return to the heart of the universe, to the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The journey is not over, the figure says, their voice fading with the wind. It has only just begun, and every time you sleep, you will continue to walk the path. The dreams will guide you, and you will carry them with you always. You nod, understanding now that the journey is never truly complete. It is a cycle, a rhythm that continues through every sleep, every dream, every step you take. The dream world is not a place of separation. It is a part of you just as you are a part of it. And with that understanding, you take another step forward, ready to continue the journey, ready to carry the dreams with you as you move through the waking world. As you walk further into the dream world, the landscape around you becomes even more surreal, more fluid. The stars above you seem to swirl and pulse, their light bending and shifting with the motion of the wind. The air is thick with possibility, filled with an energy that you can feel but cannot touch. Every step you take feels like a step deeper into the mysteries of existence. The path before you stretches out infinitely, winding through valleys and hills, under skis of every color you can imagine, yet none of them seem entirely real. They are ideas, emotions, fragments of the subconscious come to life, woven together by the force of your own spirit, your own journey. You feel a sense of freedom here, an unrestricted expansion of the mind, the soul. You are no longer bound by the constraints of time and space. Here, the boundaries between what is and what could be dissolve. You are walking through your own mind, your own heart, through the vast landscape of your own dreams. You can feel the pulse of the world around you, its rhythm, its deep hum, as though everything you see, hear, and experience is all part of one continuous movement. As everything in the dream world is connected, there is no separation, no distance. It is all part of the same eternal flow, the same great cycle of life and death. In the distance, you see the figure from earlier, the guide, the keeper of this dream world. They are standing in the midst of a swirling mist, their figure glowing softly against the ethereal backdrop. As you approach, they turn to face you, their eyes filled with the same ancient wisdom that has been passed down through generations. "You've come far," the figure says, their voice deep and calm, reverberating in your mind. "And now you must understand something important. Dreams are not just fleeting visions. They are messages from the soul, from the universe, from the collective consciousness of all who have walked before you. You are not just a passive participant in this journey. You are an active creator, a co-dreamer, shaping the very fabric of reality with every thought, every feeling, every breath you take." You pause for a moment, allowing the weight of their words to settle. The dream world is not just a place where you go to escape the waking world. It is a place where you shape your understanding, your truth, your very being. The dreams you experience are not random. They are reflections of your soul's desires, fears, and lessons. Each dream, each vision is a piece of the puzzle that is your life, and you have the power to influence it, to guide it, just as it has the power to shape you. The power of your dreams lies within you, the figure continues, their voice now carrying a gentle, almost maternal quality. You have learned to navigate this realm, to understand its language, its rhythms, but you must also learn how to listen. To listen to the dreams, to the whispers of your own soul, and to the voices of those who have come before you. When you sleep, you do not simply rest, you reconnect. You return to the great flow of existence, and in that space you are free to create, to learn, and to transform. You absorb their words, feeling the truth of them resonate deeply within you. The dream world is a space of creation, not just of passive experience. It is a realm where you are both the dreamer and the creator, shaping the narrative of your own existence, learning from the past and envisioning the future. You understand now that the cycles of sleep and wakefulness are not separate from one another. They are part of the same eternal rhythm, the same pulse of the universe. As every night you sleep, you step into a world of infinite possibility. And every morning you wake, you bring those possibilities back into the physical world, allowing them to take root and grow. But remember, the figure adds, not all dreams are meant to be understood immediately. Some dreams take time to reveal their true meaning. Some dreams are like seeds that take root deep within your soul, and only over time will they sprout and bloom into something beautiful, something transformative. You must be patient with yourself and patient with the journey. You nod, understanding the depth of their wisdom. Dreams are not just answers to questions, they are processes, journeys in themselves, and they require time and patience. Like seeds in the earth, they must be nurtured and allowed to grow at their own pace. And when the time is right, they will reveal themselves to you, guiding you toward the deeper truths of who you are and what you are meant to do. As you continue walking alongside the figure, the landscape around you changes once again, as if the dream itself is unfolding into a new chapter. The stars above you are now swirling in concentric circles, casting ripples of light across the sky. The mist that envelops the path begins to clear, revealing a field of tall golden grass swaying gently in the breeze. There is something peaceful, something serene about this place, as though it is a sacred ground where the answers to life's greatest mysteries are held, waiting to be uncovered. You step into the field, feeling the cool grass brush against your legs. The air is thick with the scent of flowers, and you feel a sense of deep contentment wash over you. This is a space of reflection, of learning. It is a place where the soul can rest and reconnect, a place where you can find the answers you seek, not in words but in the silent, timeless rhythm of nature itself. The field before you stretches endlessly, the tall grass moving in waves, undulating with the rhythm of the breeze. It is peaceful here still and full of quiet life. There are no sounds of animals or birds, no bustling activity, just the gentle hum of the earth beneath your feet. It is a place of calm, a place of reflection, a place where you can truly begin to understand the deeper mysteries of the dream world and, by extension, the waking world. As you walk through the field, your mind begins to quiet, the thoughts that have been swirling in your head starting to dissipate like smoke in the wind. The stillness of this place invites you to slow down, to listen not just to the world around you but to yourself. You stop for a moment, closing your eyes, letting the cool breeze wash over you, letting the quiet seep into your bones. You can feel the energy of this place, its gentle pull, its power to help you see beyond the surface of things. Now, this is where the dreams begin to take root, the figure beside you says. This is where the seeds are planted. The soil of your soul is fertile, and the dreams you carry within you can grow here. But they need time, they need patience, and most importantly, they need understanding. You nod slowly, feeling the truth of their words resonate within you. The dream world is not just a place of fleeting images, of random thoughts and ideas. It is a place of growth, of transformation. Each dream is a seed that, when nurtured and understood, can blossom into something powerful. And just as the grass in the field sways gently with the wind, so too do your dreams sway with the rhythm of the universe, growing and changing with each passing moment. You are ready now, the figure says softly, their voice carrying a note of finality. Ready to continue your journey, ready to bring what you have learned here into the waking world. You have walked through the dream world, and now you must carry the wisdom with you. But remember, the journey is never truly over. Sleep will come again, and with it, new dreams, new lessons, and new opportunities to grow. You look around, taking in the beauty of the field, the quiet hum of life that surrounds you. This is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. The dreams you carry with you will continue to guide you, continue to shape you, continue to lead you deeper into the understanding of who you are and what you are meant to do. You take a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settle within you. This is where you are meant to be, walking the path of the dreamer, carrying with you the wisdom of the ages and ready to continue the journey. As you stand in the golden field, the horizon before you begins to glow, the first light of dawn creeping over the landscape. It is as if the entire world is beginning to wake up with you, to stir from its deep, sacred slumber. The air feels fresh, filled with the promise of a new beginning, and you realize that the dream world, while vast and infinite, is not an escape. It is a reflection of the world around you, a reflection of your own soul. Is in this space where the boundaries between waking and dreaming dissolve, you feel a deep, quiet understanding. You understand that sleep is not merely a pause. It is a space where time becomes fluid, where the past, the present, and the future coalesce, where the memories of those who walked before you and the dreams of those who will come after you intertwine. You are not just part of this world, you are part of a much larger, universal rhythm. The dreams you carry with you are not yours alone. They belong to the collective, to the shared experience of all who have ever lived, who have ever slept, who have ever dreamed. As the wind picks up and the grass in the field sways in time with it, creating ripples of motion that seem to dance in perfect harmony. You walk through the field, feeling the rhythm of the earth beneath your feet, the pulse of the universe in every step. The quiet hum of the world around you is not just sound. It is life, it is existence itself, moving in time with your own heart. This is the space between, the figure says, their voice soft yet filled with a profound depth. The space where all things are connected, where dreams are born and where they return. It is in this space that you find yourself not just as an individual but as part of something much larger. You are both the dreamer and the dream. You are both the journey and the destination. As the figure steps aside and you look out across the field, the golden grass now bathed in the soft light of the rising sun. In the distance, you can see the village, quiet and still, bathed in the gentle glow of morning. It feels like a world apart, a place that exists both in the dream world and the waking world, its rhythms echoing through the landscape. It is a place where the dream world and the waking world are not separate, but intertwined, where every step taken in the village is a reflection of the journey you've made in the dream. You pause for a moment, taking in the full scope of the journey you've undertaken. The village, the dreams, the figure beside you, it all feels like a single, continuous experience. Every moment of sleep, every dream has led you to this understanding that the journey never truly ends. Sleep is not a final destination, it is a continuation of the path, a return to the eternal flow of existence. The dreams you carry with you are not just messages. They are seeds waiting to be planted in the soil of your waking life, ready to grow into something meaningful, something transformative. Sleep is the bridge, the figure continues, their voice carrying the weight of ages. It is the doorway to understanding, to connection. It is where you find the answers you seek, where you learn who you truly are. But remember, the dream world is not just a place of answers. It is a place of questions. And it is in the questioning that the journey truly begins. The sun is now higher in the sky, the field before you bathed in golden light. The dream world is beginning to fade, but it doesn't feel like an end. No, this is simply a transition, a shift from one state of being to another. You are waking up, but you are not leaving. The dream world is still with you, its wisdom and energy carried within you. You have crossed the threshold not from one world to another, but from one understanding to the next. The journey of sleep is never complete, for it is a cyclical process, always returning, always evolving. As you stand in the field, you realize that you have learned something profound. Sleep is not just an act of rest, it is a process of transformation. Every dream, every journey through the night brings you closer to the truth of who you are, to the deeper mysteries of existence. And it is in this space, this sacred space between wakefulness and sleep, that you come to understand the eternal rhythm that guides all things. You are part of that rhythm, and it is part of you. As the warmth of the morning sun wraps around you like a gentle embrace, its rays soft against your skin, the quiet stillness of the dream world lingers in the air as if it is never truly gone, only transformed. The world around you feels both familiar and new, as though you are walking through a version of the village you know, but one that has been altered by the experiences you've had, by the wisdom you've gained. You take a slow, deliberate step forward, feeling the ground beneath your feet solidify once more. The ethereal, almost weightless sensation that had accompanied you through the dream world has faded, but in its place is something equally powerful, a sense of groundedness, of rootedness that connects you to both the physical world and the dream world. You are no longer simply a dreamer. You are an active participant in the rhythm of life, in the eternal dance of sleep and wakefulness, of dreams and reality. The village is now fully awake, the sounds of life carrying through the air as the villagers begin their day. You see them moving through the square, greeting one another, attending to their daily tasks. There is an ease to their movements, a fluidity that comes from living in harmony with the world around them, in sync with the rhythms of nature. And in this moment, you realize that the rhythms of the village are not just physical, they are spiritual as well. They are part of the same flow, the same pulse that guides all things, from the smallest leaf to the stars in the sky. As you walk through the village, you feel a deep sense of connection to the people here, to the land, to the rhythms that guide everything. You are not separate from them, you are a part of them just as they are a part of you. The journey of sleep, the journey of dreams, has brought you closer to this understanding. You have crossed the threshold into a new way of being, a new way of seeing the world. You now understand that sleep is not an escape from life, it is a return to it. It is a journey that reconnects you to the deeper truths of existence, to the eternal cycle that has always been in motion. The woman from the village, the one who first shared the wisdom of the herbs and the rituals, steps forward to meet you. Her eyes are gentle, filled with the same quiet knowing that has guided you throughout your journey. She watches you for a long moment, as though she sees you in a way that no one else can. And in that moment, you realize that she understands the depth of the journey you have undertaken. She knows that you have crossed into the realm of understanding, that you have seen the truth of sleep and dreams, and that you carry that truth with you now. You are ready now, she says softly, her voice a reflection of the wisdom that has been passed down through generations. You have seen the dream world and you have learned from it, but remember, the journey does not end here. Sleep will come again, and with it, new dreams, new lessons, and new opportunities for growth. You are part of the eternal cycle, and as you walk through the waking world, you will carry the dreams with you. You nod slowly, feeling the weight of her words settle deep within you. Sleep is never truly an escape, it is a continuation. A continuation of the journey, a return to the truth of who you are, and a reminder that you are part of something larger than yourself. The dream world will always be there, waiting for you to return, to learn, to grow. And when you sleep again, you will be ready for whatever new mysteries await. You take a deep breath, letting the energy of the village, the warmth of the sun, and the wisdom of your journey settle into your bones. The world is full of possibilities, and the dreams will continue to guide you, step by step, on your journey. The warmth of the day grows more intense as the sun rises higher, casting its golden light over the village in a brilliant embrace. The gentle breeze stirs the trees, the soft hum of life continuing around you. You are no longer a mere observer. The journey you've taken through the dream world, the wisdom you've acquired, has transformed you. You feel it deep within, a quiet but undeniable shift in the way you see the world. It's as though you are seeing with new eyes, feeling the pulse of life in a way that transcends ordinary perception. The villagers continue with their daily tasks, but you now understand that their rhythm is more than just routine. It is a sacred dance, one that is guided by the ancient, eternal cycles of nature. Each movement, each gesture, each action is a reflection of the deeper flow of existence. You can see it in the way the sunlight filters through the trees, the way the earth hums with life, the way the wind whispers through the village, carrying with it the stories of those who have come before. You walk slowly through the square, your steps more deliberate now, more mindful of the world around you. The air is thick with the scent of herbs, freshly baked bread, and wood smoke. There is a calmness here, a peacefulness that comes from living in sync with the natural world, with the rhythms of sleep and wakefulness, of dreams and reality. You realize now that sleep is not a separate, isolated act. It is woven into the very fabric of life, part of the cycle that binds all things together. The woman who has been your guide throughout this journey stands near the fire, her hands busy with preparations. She watches you approach, her eyes gentle, filled with understanding. You know that she has been waiting for this moment, for the moment when you would return to the waking world, carrying with you the wisdom of the dream realm. She gestures for you to sit beside her, and you do so, feeling the warmth of the fire on your skin, the comfort of the familiar, and the stillness of the moment settling over you. "You've seen it now," she says, her voice soft but knowing. The world of dreams, the connection between sleep and waking. You understand now that sleep is not just rest, it is a journey. A journey that connects you to everything that is, has been, and will be. And it is through this journey that you learn the deeper truths of who you are. You nod slowly, feeling the weight of her words settle into your chest. It's true. The dream world, with all its mysteries, is not separate from the waking world. It is part of it. It is part of you. The dreams you carry with you are not just fleeting moments, they are seeds waiting to be planted in the soil of your waking life. And with each sleep, each journey, those seeds take root, growing into something new, something transformative. The sleep is a space where the soul is free, she continues. A space where you can reconnect with the eternal, where you can touch the deeper parts of yourself that are often hidden beneath the surface. But it is also a space of responsibility. The dreams you carry, the wisdom you gain, are not just for you. They are part of a greater cycle, a greater flow that connects us all. The weight of her words lingers in the air, and you sit quietly, reflecting on what she has said. The world of dreams is not just a personal experience, it is shared. It is part of the larger fabric of existence, part of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. You are not alone in this journey. Every person who sleeps, every soul that dreams, is part of the same eternal rhythm. And when you sleep, you are not just resting. You are reconnecting with the greater flow of life, tapping into the deep well of knowledge and understanding that exists beyond the physical world. You have learned to listen, she adds gently, to listen to the dreams, to the whispers of your own soul, and to the voices of those who have walked before you. And now you must take that knowledge with you, carry it into the waking world. The dream world will always be there, waiting for you when you sleep. But it is up to you to bring the wisdom of the dreams into your waking life, to live by it, to let it guide you. You take a deep breath, feeling the weight of her words settle in your chest. You know now that sleep is not just a time of rest, it is a time of growth, of learning, of transformation. Every time you sleep, you are not just resting your body. You are nourishing your soul, connecting with the deeper currents of the universe, and bringing back with you the knowledge and wisdom you need to continue your journey. The journey never ends, the woman says softly, her eyes filled with understanding. It continues through every sleep, every dream, and with each journey you become more of who you are meant to be. You become part of the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. You rise slowly, the weight of her words filling you with a deep sense of peace and understanding. The village, the fire, the world around you, all of it feels more vivid, more connected than it ever has before. You are not separate from this world. You are part of it. And as you take a step forward, you know that the dreams you carry with you will continue to guide you, to shape you, and to help you grow. The village is still, but the world around you is alive. You can feel it in the air, the subtle, unspoken energy that moves through everything. The trees, the wind, the earth beneath your feet, they all carry a rhythm, a pulse, a life that connects them to each other. And you are part of that rhythm. The dreams, the sleep, the wakefulness, it is all part of the same cycle, the same flow of existence. As you walk through the village once more, the familiar sights and sounds now seem different. They are richer, more vivid, as though you are seeing them for the first time. The people around you move through their daily lives with a quiet grace, their movements deliberate, their actions purposeful. There is no rush here, no urgency. They live in harmony with the world, in harmony with the rhythms of sleep and wakefulness, of dreams and reality. You walk past the small stone buildings, the familiar faces of the villagers, and the soft glow of the evening fire. Everything feels familiar yet new. You feel a deep sense of connection to it all, to the earth beneath your feet, to the sky above, to the dreams that have guided you on your journey. You are not separate from this world, you are part of it, just as the villagers are. The rhythms of life flow through you, and you carry with you the wisdom of the dreams, the understanding that sleep is not just an escape but a return to the truth of who you are. The woman from the village is still there, watching you with the same knowing gaze. She has seen you walk this path, and she understands that the journey you've taken is not just yours. It is shared. Every dream, every prayer, every ritual, it is part of the larger story, the larger flow of existence. You are part of that story now, and you will carry it with you always. The journey never ends. she says softly, her voice like the rustle of leaves in the wind. It continues through every sleep, every dream, and as long as you carry the wisdom with you, you will always be guided. You smile at her, nodding slowly. The world around you feels more alive than ever before, more connected, more real. You know that the journey is far from over. Sleep will come again, and when it does, you will be ready. Ready to step into the dream world once more, ready to learn, to grow, and to continue your journey. The dreams will always be there, waiting for you to return, waiting to guide you along the path. And as the village settles into the quiet of the evening, you take one last deep breath, knowing that you are part of something much larger than yourself, part of the eternal cycle of life, sleep, and dreams. As the day transitions seamlessly into evening, and you find yourself standing at the edge of the village once again, gazing out at the horizon where the last slivers of sunlight are gently swallowed by the dusk. The air is crisp now, but there is a comfort in it, an assurance that the day has ended as it should, and the night is about to unfold in its own quiet, deliberate way. As the villagers begin to wind down, moving with a rhythm that is as natural as breathing, they carry on their nightly rituals with the same grace they've always had, drawing in the warmth of the fire, preparing for the sleep that is coming. You notice that there is no rush, no fear, only an understanding that sleep is an inevitable part of the cycle. It is not to be feared or avoided, but embraced as part of a larger, more intricate rhythm of existence. The light of the evening fire dances in their eyes, casting flickering shadows across their faces, and you realize that they are as much a part of this eternal rhythm as the earth itself. And yet, even as you observe them, you feel a profound connection to them, not just as fellow human beings, but as fellow dreamers. In this village, you are not alone. In sleep, we are all one, part of the same shared journey. You understand now that sleep is not just about rest, nor is it just an escape from the burdens of life. It is a reunion with something deeper, something ancient that binds all living things together. The sleep connects you to the essence of who you are and the wisdom that resides within you, just as it connects you to everyone who has ever lived and everyone who will. The wind picks up slightly, rustling through the trees, and you feel that familiar pull, the subtle invitation of sleep drawing you toward it. But tonight it's different. You know that sleep is not just an ending, but a return to a place where the boundaries between the waking world and the dream world dissolve. And though you are part of this world, part of the rhythms of the village, you understand that sleep is a bridge to something greater, something timeless. As the night deepens, you walk toward the fire, your steps measured, your mind at peace, and you join the others who have gathered to settle in for the night. They smile at you with knowing looks, acknowledging your presence not just as a traveler, but as someone who has walked through the dream world and returned transformed. There is no need for words, no need to explain. The journey of sleep has its own language, its own understanding, and it speaks louder than anything you could say. You sit beside them, your hands resting lightly in your lap, the warmth of the fire seeping into your bones. A sense of serenity fills the space, and you close your eyes, letting the peaceful hum of the world around you guide you into a deep sense of stillness. The day is done. The village is at rest, and so are you. But even as you prepare to enter the dream world once again, you know that the journey will continue. You have learned that sleep is not a passive experience. It is a dynamic process, a step forward, a passage. Every time you sleep, you are not simply shutting off the mind. You are opening the door to a new experience, a new understanding, a new chapter of the same endless story. The woman who guided you in your journey smiles softly at you from across the fire, and you feel a connection to her as if she is somehow part of you, part of the wisdom that has been passed down through time. Her eyes glisten with the quiet knowledge of one who has seen the world through both waking and sleeping eyes. She nods at you as though to say, "You are ready." Sleep is your guide, and through it you will continue to grow, to learn, and to connect with the world around you. The night is deep now, and the world feels complete. You have come full circle, and the understanding that sleep is not an escape, but a return to the heart of life itself fills you with a quiet, profound peace. You are no longer just an observer of this cycle. You are a participant, a dreamer, a traveler in the realm where the waking world and the world of dreams are intertwined. The fire crackles softly in front of you, the flames dancing and flickering in the cool night air. The quiet murmur of voices around you fades into the background as the village prepares to embrace the sacred ritual of sleep. You take one last look at the faces of those gathered with you, their expressions calm and serene, knowing that they too understand the significance of this moment. There is no rush here, no sense of urgency. Life has slowed to a gentle rhythm, a peaceful stillness that invites rest. You feel a shift in the air as the village settles into its nighttime rhythms. The world grows quieter, the sounds of the evening blending into a tranquil symphony. The rustle of leaves, the crackling of the fire, the distant hum of the earth beneath your feet, they all come together in a single harmonious flow. It is as though time itself is pausing, waiting for the moment when the world will slip into the quiet embrace of sleep. You close your eyes, taking a deep breath, and the world around you fades into the background. You are not alone. You are surrounded by the collective presence of the village, each person walking their own path, but all moving toward the same destination: sleep. But tonight there is something more. The dreams you carry with you are not just your own. They belong to the village, to the generations that have walked before you, to the ones that will come after. Sleep is not an individual experience here. It is a shared journey, a collective movement toward understanding, toward wisdom, toward growth. As your mind begins to quiet, you feel the pull of the dream world once more. It is not distant, not separate, but right here with you, woven into the very fabric of your being. The space between sleep and wakefulness is no longer a divide. It is a continuum, a flow that carries you from one world to the next, and you feel yourself slipping into it with ease. In the distance, the first tendrils of dawn begin to break over the horizon, casting a soft, pale light over the landscape. But the transition feels gentle, almost imperceptible. The dream world is still with you, its presence felt in the warmth of the fire, in the cool breeze that stirs the air, in the steady rhythm of the world around you. You are part of it. You are a dreamer, and through your dreams you will continue to grow. You allow the sleep to come, and as you close your eyes once more, you know that this journey, this endless cycle, will never truly end. Each night is a new beginning, each sleep a new step on the path, each dream a new revelation. And in that quiet, peaceful space where sleep and wakefulness merge, you are at peace. The first light of dawn creeps gently across the sky, but you don't rush to meet it. You linger in the space between sleep and wakefulness, where the world is soft and the edges of reality blur. This is a time for reflection, for quiet, for understanding. The world around you stirs slowly, but you are still within the dreamscape, carrying with you the wisdom of your journey. The light from the rising sun touches the village with a gentle hand, filling the air with the warmth of a new day, yet the dream world seems to persist, lingering like a soft fog in the corners of your mind. The familiar faces of the villagers now waking, beginning their daily tasks, no longer seem so distant. You see them differently now, not just as individuals going through their motions, but as fellow travelers, fellow dreamers. They are each connected to the same eternal rhythm, the same flow that you have felt in the dream world, and it becomes clear that sleep, while a personal journey, is also a shared experience. Each person here, each soul that dreams, is part of something larger, something timeless. You walk slowly through the village, the early morning sun casting long, soft shadows across the cobblestone streets. There is no urgency in your steps, there is no need to rush. The day has just begun and you feel no pressure to chase it. The world has its own rhythm, its own flow, and you move in time with it, as though your breath and the world's breath are one and the same. As you move through the square, you stop near the familiar fire, where the woman who guided you once again watches the flames flicker in the early morning light. Her eyes meet yours, and for a moment no words are needed. There is an understanding between you, a shared awareness of the journey you've both undertaken. You sit beside her, the warmth from the fire spreading through your bones, and together you both watch as the world around you continues to wake. The dream world is never far, she says softly, her voice calm, carrying the weight of wisdom and experience. It is always with you, just behind the veil of wakefulness. The space between sleep and wakefulness is where everything is possible. It is where you can connect with the eternal, with the past and the future, with all those who have walked this path before you. You nod slowly, feeling the truth of her words settle deep within you. The journey through the dream world, the lessons you've learned, are not something that disappears with the morning light. They stay with you, woven into the fabric of your being. The rhythms of sleep, the understanding of dreams, the connection to something greater, these are not fleeting experiences. They are seeds planted deep within your soul, waiting to grow, to blossom into something more. Remember, she continues, sleep is not an end but a return. Every time you sleep, you reconnect with the rhythm of existence, with the deeper truths of the universe. And every time you wake, you bring those truths with you into the waking world. It is a never-ending cycle, a journey that continues even as you step into the day. As the sun climbs higher, casting its golden light over the village and the earth. The world around you is awake now, alive with movement and energy, but there is no rush. The villagers continue their quiet rituals, their steady work, moving in harmony with the world and with each other. You realize that this is the way it's always been, the way it will always be. Life and sleep, waking and dreaming are not separate, they are one. And as you move through this day, You carry with you the deep understanding that sleep is just another step in the eternal flow of existence. You stand taking one last look at the village square. The fire burns low, its embers glowing softly in the early light. The village is alive with the sounds of the morning, but you know that the journey is far from over. The dream world is always with you, just behind the veil, waiting to guide you when you sleep again. But for now, you are awake, and the waking world holds its own mysteries, its own lessons to be discovered. With a deep breath, you step forward, ready to continue the journey. The village continues to stir, and the rhythm of the world plays on. But for you, there is a deeper understanding now, a quiet peace that settles over you like a gentle wave. You are not the same person who first arrived here, not the same person who first stepped into the dream world. You have learned that sleep and the dreams that come with it are not separate from life, they are part of it. They are part of the eternal cycle that binds all things together. A cycle that continues through every waking moment and every restful sleep. You walk through the village, your pace slow and measured, the warmth of the day still lingering on your skin. The earth beneath your feet feels solid, grounding you to this world, to this moment, yet there is a quiet, almost ethereal quality to everything around you. It is as though you are seeing the world through new eyes, eyes that understand that everything is connected, life and sleep, waking and dreaming, the past and the future. The cycles are endless, the flow is continuous, and you are a part of it all. You pass by familiar faces, the villagers going about their work, and you smile, feeling a deep connection to them. They are part of the same dream, the same eternal journey, and though they may not realize it, they are walking the same path. The connection between sleep and wakefulness, between dreams and reality, is not something that divides people. It unites them, weaving them together in a tapestry of shared experiences, of shared wisdom. The woman from the village steps forward, her eyes soft with the same quiet understanding that has guided you through this entire journey. She watches you with a knowing smile, and you realize that she too understands the significance of this moment. You have come full circle, but the journey is not over. It has only just begun. Sleep will come again, she says softly, her voice carrying the weight of all the wisdom passed down through the generations. And when it does, you will carry with you the knowledge of the dream world, the understanding that sleep is not an escape but a return. It is a return to the heart of who you are and to the heart of all that is. You nod slowly, feeling the truth of her words settle deep within your soul. You have learned that the world of dreams is not separate from the waking world. It is a part of it, just as the waking world is a part of you. The cycles of sleep and wakefulness are not a division, but a continuation of life itself. And each time you sleep, each time you dream, you connect with the deeper truths of existence, with the eternal rhythm that flows through all things. You smile at her, a quiet understanding passing between you. You have walked this path, you have learned from the dreams, and now you are ready to continue the journey. Sleep will come again, and when it does, you will return to the dream world, ready to learn, to grow, and to connect with the deeper currents of existence. For now, though, you are awake, and the waking world holds its own mysteries, its own truths to discover. The journey continues through every step, through every breath, through every moment of rest and renewal. And you know with a quiet certainty that you will never walk this path alone. The dreams will guide you always. And so, with a deep breath, you take your first step into the new day, knowing that the journey, like sleep itself, will never truly end. As the morning sun climbs higher in the sky, casting its golden light over the village as the world slowly stirs from its slumber. You walk through the village square, feeling the coolness of the morning on your skin, but there is a warmth inside of you. A quiet knowing that the journey you have undertaken is not just an isolated path. It is part of the ongoing rhythm of life, of sleep, of dreams, and of waking. The air is filled with a peaceful stillness that seems to extend beyond the physical world, deep into the soul. The connection you have felt to this place, to the villagers, to the dream world, it is all still present, echoing softly in your heart. With each step you take, you are reminded of the wisdom you have gained. Sleep is no longer just an act of rest. It is a sacred journey, a passage into the deeper realms of the soul, where the past, present, and future merge into one eternal moment. It is a space where you connect with the very essence of your being and with the larger rhythm of existence. You now understand that every dream, every sleep is not simply a break from life. It is a continuation of it. A return to a place where everything is interconnected, where you can feel the pulse of life, the energy that flows through everything just beneath the surface. As the villagers move around you as you continue your walk through the square, their tasks are the same, quiet, unhurried, in harmony with the world around them. They greet each other with soft smiles and nods, exchanging a few words, but there is no rush, no pressure to be anywhere. The pace of life here is deliberate and you feel it in your bones. It is a rhythm you now share with them, one that has become a part of you. You are no longer just an observer in this world. You are a participant, connected to the village, to the land, to the rhythms of life and sleep, of waking and dreaming. As you reach the familiar fire where the woman had sat with you the previous night, you pause for a moment, watching the flames flicker and dance in the breeze. The village is waking, but the stillness of the early morning lingers, filling the air with a quiet reverence. The fire is still warm, the embers glowing softly in the light of the new day. And as you stand there, you realize that this place, this moment, is a reflection of everything you've learned. The fire, like sleep, is a symbol of both the end and the beginning. It is both an ending and a return, a cycle that continues like the eternal flow of times. You sit down beside the fire and the woman looks at you with her calm, knowing gaze. Her presence is both comforting and grounding, and as you settle into the warmth of the flames, you feel the last lingering traces of the dream world, of all the wisdom and knowledge it has bestowed upon you, settle within your heart. The journey does not end, she says softly, her voice a quiet anchor in the stillness. You are ready now, traveler. Sleep will come again as it always does, and when it does, you will carry with you the wisdom of the dreams, the knowledge of the world you have walked through. Sleep is not just a time of rest. It is a return to the heart of who you are. And when you wake, you will bring that knowledge with you, carrying it into the world around you. Her words are like a gentle breeze caressing your soul, reminding you that sleep is not an isolated act, but a continuation, a return to the rhythm of life. The knowledge you have gained will guide you not just through the next sleep, but through every waking moment as well. The wisdom of dreams, of rest, of connection to the greater flow of existence. It will stay with you always, shaping your understanding of the world and of yourself. You sit for a while, watching the fire burn low, the last embers crackling in the quiet morning. The village around you is alive, but in this moment everything feels still. There is peace here, a peace that settles deep within you like the quiet breath of the earth. The dream world, with all its mysteries, is not separate from this world. It is part of it, and you are part of both. You are not alone in this journey. You are connected to the world, to the villagers, to the past, and the future through the rhythm of sleep, through the shared experience of dreaming. The woman beside you looks at you once more, her smile gentle, and you feel the quiet understanding between you. She nods, as if acknowledging the path you have walked and the path still ahead of you. There are no more words needed. There is nothing left to explain. You have learned, and you will continue to learn with every sleep, with every dream, with every step on this eternal journey. You stand, feeling the weight of the night's wisdom settling within you. The dreams will come again as they always do. And with them, new lessons, new growth, new understanding. But for now, you are awake and you carry the dreams with you. The world is alive with possibilities, and you are ready to continue the journey, to live by the rhythm of sleep and wakefulness, of waking and dreaming. You step into the square, the village around you full of life, full of quiet energy. There is no rush, no urgency. Life continues at its own pace and you walk with it, part of the eternal flow. You know now that the journey is never over. Sleep will come again. And when it does, you will return to the dream world, ready to discover, to learn, and to grow. Well, this cycle continues.